All right, we are watching this with you. No warm-up. If this hits, you owe yourself one change today.
Morning loop that you are trying to escape might be the very thing that gives you leverage, gives you clarity, and gives you momentum. Hey guys, yeah, it's February 2nd today, which means if you hit snooze button, you are going to be, well, if you've been doing this ever since January 1st, that's 33 snoozes.
33 times is not a habit, it is a relationship. Break up with the button. It is toxic.
So we get up in the morning, we hit a button that has nothing to do with wanting for you to achieve your goals, yet it's just wasting your life.
That line just slapped the coffee out of my soul. If you felt that, you are the target audience.
Hey, we're to help you get your ass out of bed as your daily accountability partner. We cost you nothing.
Free is suspicious. I do not trust free. But I do trust shame and caffeine, so let us proceed.
And then we're gonna unpack the discovery of 22 genes.
Science is here, and it is petty. Imagine finding the exact code that made you text tomorrow for 10 years.
Yeah, not 21, not 23, 22 genes. Yeah, not the jeans that Sydney Sweeney wears either.
We just took a hard left into chaos. I respect it. Nothing wakes men up like forbidden denim talk.
Boy, prison guards die young.
Okay, that got dark fast. If your job makes you live on alert, you better build recovery like it is payroll.
The mental and emotional toil of constant hypervigilance and why emotional intelligence isn't weakness, it's a survival skill.
Facts. If you cannot read a room, the room reads you, then it invoices you.
Hey guys, I spent the weekend with some AI agents.
That sentence is how horror movies start. Weekend trip, then boom, your calendar becomes self-aware.
I've seen the future. I'm passionate about the future, and I'm going to share it with you. How AI agents are going to change the world in front of us. In the community corner, I think we are about to look back on dashboards and software the way that we look back on fax machines.
I already missed the fax machine. It never tried to replace me. It just screamed and died like a gentleman.
Man, the future of software is not another app.
If your whole personality is new app, I fear for you. The future is the thing that does work while you sleep.
If you're developing an app, you might want to consider that. You're actually building Blockbuster in a Netflix world. Let's just say that again.
That is vicious. Imagine building a shrine to DVDs in 2026. That is how careers turn into museum tours.
If you're sitting back thinking about building an app from 1999 or 2007, you're probably building a VHS or a beta in a world of DVDs and CDs that doesn't exist either. And I'm telling you guys, it is changing. And once you see it, you're never going to tolerate dashboard life and yesterday's software ever again.
Dashboard life is just adult homework. If a robot can do it, let it. I want my brain back.
So stick around.
Well, you know, the crazy thing is people are shitting their pants.
That is the official economic indicator now. If you feel that panic, you are gambling, not building.
Those are the fuckers that are in to get out quick. You don't buy metal for that.
I'm not in the gambling business.
If your plan requires luck, it is not a plan. It is a prayer with Wi-Fi.
If you're in the business of investing long-term, come call me.
If you want to gamble, go to the meme coins. I have fun with those too. But you know, all you're doing is buying market hype and trying to get out before the hype dies off. It's like with this massive fucking debt that we have, one of the only, unless we default, one of the only ways we're going to get out is to deflate the dollar.
This got real. When the money talk turns into history class, you should probably start paying attention.
To the point where the debt's not worth anything. In fucking Germany, you had a fucking $2 billion to buy a loaf of bread. So well, if you're paying off the debt with loaves of bread, it's pretty fucking easy. So but hold on. A few weeks ago, they fucking agree on abortion, which is one of the hardest fucking issues to agree on.
Politics is theater. Politics is society.
Theater is fine. The problem is when you live in the audience and forget you can still build a life.
Politics is culture. It's just, it's part of what we are. I met you I'm proud to stand with my pants down and be vulnerable and be who I am.
Bold move. That is not a metaphor I expected before breakfast.
Johnny, a lot of men, it's hard to do that.
Me pulling my pants down is actually symbolic of going way back when I was fucking scared to death to take my fucking drawers off because I didn't have a single fucking hair in my cock. So if you're the fucker that doesn't get in the shower and the whole team's running, you're in fucking deep shit.
Yes. You know what's crazy about that too, Anderson, is that you can remember that like it was actually last night.
Your brain keeps receipts forever. That is why routines matter. They stop old pain from driving the car.
And it's all they can do not to just bust out fucking. These are my coaches. This is supposed to be my safe place. That may have been one of the most, it's definitely in the top few most traumatic experiences of my teenage life for sure.
That is real. If you are carrying old stuff, you will build discipline on top of it and wonder why it leaks.
Yes. Keith Billis, John Anderson, Mornings in the Law with Keith, John, and friends. Well, Michael Cantrell, federal correctional officer on why prison guards die young. The guy worked for 29 years in a corrections facility. So they're AI agents on a Reddit, Facebook type site, talking to each other, creating religions, creating currencies, doing actions autonomously on behalf of the owners that set them up, and there are no humans there.
A social network with no humans is my nightmare. That is just bots arguing until the sun burns out.
But what's crazy, John, is that they're self-organizing. They've created a religion.
Okay, nope. If my spreadsheet starts worshiping something, I am unplugging the house and moving into the woods.
They actually started trading meme coins on some crypto sites. They created some governance. This is kind of what people maybe aren't ready for, is this idea of AI agents acting autonomously on our behalf, right? And doing things on our behalf.
At first, I was like, dude, I would want to give it characteristics, but I thought, wait a minute, after hearing all this, if we could give it characteristics, you'd be getting people that would make these fuckers demons and just go start fucking the place up.
That is the problem. Give people power and some will speed run evil. Guardrails are not optional.
There's a guy woke up in the morning where his agent went on the dark web, found some credit cards.
That is not a helper, that is a menace with Wi-Fi. Imagine waking up to crimes you did not commit.
Opened up a DoorDash account, ordered in some pizza, and had it delivered to his house with somebody else's credit cards and somebody else's DoorDash account. So think about it this way, Anderson. Think of it, it's software right now, but all you got to do is take that software agent, put it into a physical robot. Now you can start to see how robotics kind of come to life, right?
So if it can go fucking steal a credit card number to buy a pizza,
yes,
it could go fucking steal an identity.
Exactly. If it can help, it can harm. Treat it like a loaded tool, not a cute toy.
And buy a fucking, $500,000 RV. It's like if you have a fucking dog, you're responsible for your dog. Dog bites somebody, you might as well bit him yourself.
Now swap dog with agent. You cannot outsource responsibility. The mess still has your name on it.
you just got
Wait till fucking people start showing up at your fucking front door doing weird shit.
Exactly. So I will say to you, over the next 12 months, our show, my vision is that we will be in our universe. So people can be in the media with us, not just watching the media.
That is wild. If viewers can step inside the show, I am installing a seatbelt on this entire channel.
So you put your prompt in there. It's as simple as this. And now you're walking around. So it's available to you right now in the US. You could take a picture of your dog, go to Google Genie.
Dog World adventures sound cute until your dog gets an attitude and starts managing your calendar.
And type in, put me and my dog in this world, and you can walk around the world with your dog. It starts with Joy Love. We got Cheryl Whitaker joining us in the comments. Her show drops this Friday, 8:30 Eastern time. Same time as Keith and John. Spent 29 years as a federal corrections officer. And I got a feeling I just might have to move out of the way with this one.
When someone says that, you know the next 10 minutes are either gold or a fist fight.
Because I think you guys are going to have a lot in common. It's Groundhog Day every day in the world of prison life.
That is the darkest version of routine. Same day, same stress forever. No wonder the mind starts armor plating.
Isn't it, Michael? And
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You come in we call it doing life.
That phrase is heavy. Some people do life in a cell and some do it in a cubicle. Both can numb you.
8 hours at a time, Time magazine called that Blood 47 Acres in America.
So go there, Michael. When you say, hey, it's a morning show, but I don't care.
When people say inmates, it's not one type of person. We've got inmates that go the spectrum from Hannibal Lecter to Mr. Nobody.
That range is terrifying. It means you cannot simplify people. You have to stay sharp and human at once.
Yeah, it's a small city. Everything that goes on where you live goes on inside the prison. We have to feed, we have to sleep, we have to clean, inmates have work, all that stuff. The way we tolerate stuff in society is what makes society what it is. But inside prison, a lot of stuff will not get tolerated. I always kept in mind the oath I took. And the oath that you take when you become a correctional officer also includes those in your charge. I worked at one place where we did 200 strip searches a day.
200 a day is not a job, it is psychological warfare. No wonder cynicism shows up like a parasite.
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
You know how many butts I saw in a year?
Oh my God.
Because cynicism could wreck your life, man.
Cynicism feels smart, but it robs you. It turns every good thing into a trap and calls it realistic.
Like I could destroy you as a human being because I've known enough police officers, security guys, and prison guards who, you look at them and you sometimes I feel this empathy because
I spent more fucking time listening to those fucking bagpipes than if I never heard other fucking bagpipe, I would be happy. How long had that
Couple
been?
of years. Couple of years. He'd been through
That thing
booking
had been
and
sitting
jail.
in his ass for a couple of years. How do you
Everyone
take a
knows.
dump without it coming out?
Oh, they pull it out. They poop. They stick it back in. Absolutely.
Oh,
all
you're
day long. Well, that's what they call it, your prison pocket.
I regret having ears today. Let us move on immediately. My breakfast does not deserve this.
You may think that you'll only go so far to get or to protect yourself. But when it comes time and you're sleeping in a cell and you know the guy next to you's got a knife, you're going to get your toothbrush out and you're going to sharpen it.
That is survival logic. When the environment stays dangerous, your nervous system never clocks out.
I could whack somebody with it so they came after me. I could take that bulb, break it, and then use it as a slicing thing. You know, so that's the way I see stuff differently than what I did when I walked in when I was 21. And so I wrote this one book, sent it to an editor, and it's working through there. But she wrote back and she goes, "You can't write it like this." I said, "Why?" She said, "Nobody's going to like you. They have to like a character." I said, "You're not likable." The public doesn't look at correctional officers like public servants.
No.
Everybody's mad at us. You know,
Yes.
nobody likes us, whether it's the gas station because her cousin's in the pen down the road.
Like, it would be hard not to walk around society and not be judging or looking at everything through a lens of how you were trained for 25 years. He's talking emotional intelligence as a corrections officer is a tactical survival skill.
That is the headline. Feelings are not fluff, they are data. Read them early or pay for them late.
Not this touchy, soft, feely bullshit type stuff.
Emotional intelligence, and he said it's like a superpower.
A superpower is just a skill you practice longer than everyone else. Start with one hard conversation this week.
And
Yes, it is.
man, it just clicked. I've been doing it my entire career, and I was very good at it. If you just deal with the reaction and the violence, whatever, then you're going to deal with it with what? A reaction of violence or whatever.
Yeah.
Social skills and emotional intelligence become power skills for correctional officers.
But I mean, the fucking guy looked like he was 25 at 15, but he was in there 10 years.
Penitentiaries are what I call, college for inmates. So you get real good real quick and figure it out. Not who you can trust, because you're never going to trust anybody 100%. But where you're going to lay your allegiances, where you're going to, how's that play out? How's that going to do the rest of your career? We do cell rotation so that people don't, number one, chip through the wall like Shawshank Redemption, and then number two, so that they don't get too buddy-buddy and start forming escape plans.
Problem is, it's very, very difficult to have the discipline to support that type of activity or that type of pattern of activity for any length of time. Pick a pace that's so easy to maintain that you're looking forward to doing it again.
Yes, stop building routines you hate. If it requires hero energy, it will die the moment real life shows up.
Biebs got on stage in his underwear talking about a reset in life. Yes, he did. Justin Bieber was on the Grammys last night, half naked on stage.
Works unmotivated.
Routine is what keeps our prisons going smooth. They like routine. They like knowing I'm going to get fed at noon. They like knowing I'm going to get toilet paper on Thursday. You get comfortable, you're not growing.
They become
you're-
complacent.
It's my routines are my guardrails. It's like
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday, I still get up and I do the.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much between 3:30 and noon. I mean, that fucking time, I can pretty much fucking tell you exactly what's going to happen. And you hit it on the head, Keith. If you pull all the fucking layers back,
Yeah.
it saves me from me.
I got to think guys coming into prison probably have ended up in prison because they don't have a routine.
You love them right before they fucking stab you.
Anytime you think that way, picture yourself standing in the front door of the prison. He's got a knife and everybody else is gone. Now, do you trust him? No, because that's what it's like. Everybody is innocent. Ask them. That's not true. You've got lots of guys who will tell you, no, I did it and I'll do it again. I don't ever think about, are you guilty or are you innocent? That wasn't my job. That was a jury of his peers. That was a judge. That was society. Society built these prisons. I didn't build them.
I'm wrong on this one. Okay, so I'll back it up. Hey, so let's keep it rolling here, guys. Routine is not, yes, I'm getting corrected by my entire, thanks, Petro. Routine's not boring, guys. Routine is freedom.
There it is. Routine is not a cage, it is armor. It protects your money, your mind, and your future self.
It's how you protect your energy, your mental health, and your bank account from chaos. The guy pays $1 to keep that thing in his collection. That's kind of neat,
What
actually.
is greatest in life to have your enemies driven before you and hear the lamentation of their women.
If I'm spending 10, 15, 20 years, do I actually fall in love with another man because I want that intimacy? Like, am I oversimplifying it? Or talk through that with me if you can. Hold on. Like, actually men who are like prostitutes?
Yeah, give me my ass cost you a pack of cigarettes.
We had a male guard who was manipulated, and he was, don't ask me to figure this out because I don't know. But he was doing it for cartons of cigarettes. The inmate was giving him cigarettes.
What?
San Quentin is Marin County. It's in one of the fucking richest counties in the fucking country. You have control if you see things properly. You're the guy that has the keys.
And that's why there is no consensual staff and inmate sex at all, ever.
Of course not. No, because it's power.
Because we always have power.
The odds of that thing coming down on all four wheels and driving away.
So good. So good. So good. So good. Hey, like,
fuck yeah, dude, the beeper. That's my first business ran off a fucking beeper. And I wasn't a drug dealer. That's what I used for.
The thing is, do people even steal stereos anymore?
Yeah, maybe in the Carolinas where Dr. John Petrocelli is, maybe they steal the stuff out there. But
I'm headed to Little Rock to go teach pepperball. That's what I do in my spare time. I'm an instructor with corrections and police officers.
Yes, we are big proponents of control about life expectancy because we know science tells us the more sex we have, whether it's with ourselves or with our partners, we live longer. I think the one sad part for me as a human when I hear people, either police officer or prison guard, is I get sad when I hear about the cynicism that envelopes them as they go through life. And before you know it, 22 hours from now, Groundhog Day resumes again with you and me on the big. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with the handsome chief, Michael Cantrell. No, I'm the handsome chief, Keith Bellis, with you guys here live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. AI agents, they're everywhere. They're going to change the world. And then we've been taught that it is data-driven. But what it really is actually human-powered analytics theater. You build a deck to explain the report that you pulled from the dashboard you don't trust. Autonomous AI agents operating on your databases are about to become the future of your business. Not AI inside your app, not a chatbot widget. No, actual agent that you think is a human that's actually doing work. The agent is the product, the human, the agent that replaces the human. It's like talking to your human. You are not going to go into software anymore. But if you are that 30 to 40 to 55-year-old human being that's worried about your future, and if you're not paying attention to what I'm saying, you are not going to have a job very soon. Because the moment that Kai or Jimmy or somebody shows up at the table with all these agents doing all these skills they didn't have yesterday, is the moment you, my friend, become quickly irreplaceable. It's just automated stupidity at scale. Look at Moltbook. So when I say that agents are the future, I'm not talking about magic. I'm talking about something very real happening right now in the world. The conversations you have are data. The decisions you make are data. The commitments you make are data. The accountability you make is data. But most companies, we let these things die in meetings, vanishing into Slack, rotting into notes, getting followed up with, next week. We'll get to it maybe the following week. Live isn't just entertainment for us. Live is the lab environment. It's where we test the future in public, where we're building a world where a live show isn't just content. No, it's an operating layer. It's a signal engine, a decision engine, a momentum engine. Humans first, always. Now, as I wrap up this monologue and you kind of sit back and wonder, is he talking bullshit? No, Petro, I'm not. Is he talking real? This revolution ain't waiting around. It's happening fast. I'll tell you right now, as a peer in our group, I didn't ignore it. I leaned into the internet, changed my life, changed my family's life. This is the year of agents that are going to replace you if you don't do something about it. Self-control is the primary masculine trait. Not dominance, not confidence, but control. And he argues that masculinity is a force, an aggression, an ambition, a sexual energy that either gets disciplined into leadership or it leaks into chaos. Your failure isn't the finale, it's the forge in a deeply personal Substack piece moving on over to LinkedIn. There's nothing on LinkedIn because it's all AI slop. True story, man.
If LinkedIn is slop, feed us a win. Drop one real action you took today in chat, then come back tomorrow louder. You're folding laundry like a love language. Bro, that's customer service, not desire.
Being helpful is great, but it won't fix a dead bedroom. Don't panic. We'll show you what turns her brain back on.
Less chores is currency, more presence and desire. Lean in, fellas.
Only on mornings in the lab. Let's fucking go.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely.
Everybody's trying to win. Nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Yeah. You guys those stores are going to get you laid? Ah, the honey-do list? Hey, honey, do this for me. Haha. Today, coming up, nope. No safe words with Briana Bass, guys. Those chores aren't going to get you laid. Nope, not at all, actually. We're going to expose the biggest lie men believe in long-term relationships, that if I get the honey-do list done, I'm going to get after it. I don't know. But first, Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show experience. Way to get after it every single day right here live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Good morning, everybody. This is a live morning show. If you feel like you're adding, hey, listen, guys, here's the thing. If you feel like you're doing more than ever and you're getting less than ever, today's show's for you. Coming up, top of the second hour, Briana Bass is going to join us for some interesting conversation, relationship advice, gentlemen. How we can get some more action in the bedroom, not just with the left hand or right hand. Jimmy, I'm not talking about you right now. Nope, not at all, actually. And hey, in case you guys haven't noticed, as Frankie introduced us earlier on in the show, this is an R-rated experience. Yes, and because Frankie and Tommy are part of the team, you might even find it's an X-rated experience. So coming up on the show here, guys, just a heads up, put the headphones on the kids, because those kids might be offended by something I say, Johnny says, or perhaps even Briana says. Hey, guys, like that show, subscribe to the show, and comment on the show and tell us where you are tuning in from right now. Good morning, batshit crazy. Yes, good morning, a liter of Coca-Cola. Well, you know, sometimes us men subscribe to old theories, and we think that if we do the honeydew chores, things are going to happen. But hey, that doesn't work that way. We're talking about it with Briana Bass coming up second hour. And hey, if you've been hitting snooze just one every morning, January 1st, you're now 306 minutes behind the guy who doesn't hit snooze. So batshit, where are you at? And hey, a liter of cola, where are you at? Are you 306 minutes behind me, or are you staying up side by side? That's 5 hours, 6 minutes of lost momentum, discipline, and frankly, self-respect every single day. You know, I'm sorry, but I got to do this every single day. Neiman, I got to do it. I got to do it. I can't get over how much control a little button or like a little slider have over people's lives. Think about it, guys. Think about it. That little button is putting people right now behind 5 hours. Yeah. So that little button is like 5 hours, just wasting your life by sliding the button. It's actually quite incredible to me. Think about that, right? Like look at this dude. He's just laying there in bed 5 hours behind the guy who's up already. And it's incredible to me because this little thing, you talk about addictions and all the other things we talk about on the show, whether it's booze, whether it's drugs, whether it's food, whether it's anything sabotaging our life, this simple thing, whether it's a button or like an electronic sliding soft touch button, wrecking humans' lives every single day. It's incredible. Hey, we are your daily accountability partner here to help you start your day right with the best mix of tough love. Yeah, tough love, man. I'm telling you right now, 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Oh, did I say we're going to drop an app? Yeah, we're going to drop an app. It's an alarm clock without a snooze alarm on it. True story. Yeah, all you got to do is just start it. I guarantee you, your probably life's going to be better. Coming up, trending topics, Chuck Negron. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, boom, 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 was a good friend of mine, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I never thought I'd be singing Chuck Negron's Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Hey, guys, so everybody from my nation right now, hey, good to see you, DPK. I don't need an alarm, good for you, brother. So everybody joining me right now, I know that Sullivan's out there. I know that Holroyd's out there. Remember that one? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Bum, bum. Yeah, good. That's all I know. Sorry, it's all I know. It's just like I was singing Ricky Martin a few weeks back. True story. Yeah, we're going to talk about that one coming up on the show. I'll tell you, I was putting that one in here. It sure made me feel old. I'm like, yeah, Chuck Negron's died. Hey, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Hey, AI might be quoting Grokpedia. We're talking about on the show here today. Thorades Grace here. Yeah. It's Sullivan. It is 9 hours. Joy, yes, joy to the world as well. Oh man, some good stuff, hey? Such good stuff. That dude, DPK, where are you joining me from? Hey, DPK, why don't you call me right now? Let's talk some Chuck Negron. Jimmy, put the phone number up. 431-300-3005. I am interrupting the morning monologue right now. Hey, DPKZ, 5CS, phone me. 431-300-3005. Let's have a conversation about Chuck Negron. Yes. Dude, you got it, man. You got it. Joy to the fish. Oh, dude, I love it. I love it. I love it. If you want to call me right now, I'm going to bring you into the show right now. We're going to have a conversation about Jeremiah was a bullfrog, some Chuck Negron this morning. He passed last night. When Johnny comes on, we're going to talk about it as well. There you go. 431-300-3005. If you want to have a conversation with me right now. If not, all right, that makes sense today as well. Hey, scientists discovered 22 linking Epstein-Barr virus genes to chronic disease risk and must confirm something we dropped last week. Yes, he did. No shit. We're breaking news. Yes, that's why we're talking Chuck Negron here, my friend. He passed last night, and we're having a little kindness rising. You didn't understand what he said either, right? I did. I know. Hey, Maddie, I know he said Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Hey, DP 431-300-3005 431-300-3005. You can join the show with me right now. You can get that wake up voice out of your head and join me with the conversation, and we can do a little bit of a
singing around Jeremiah was a bullfrog. It's the only line I know.
Yeah, SpaceX and AI and X are merging. We dropped it last week. I'm telling you guys, breaking news happens here on the show. We teased you guys with the news happening last week, and it happened last night, forming a $1.5 trillion company. We're talking about it. I know Johnny likes to talk about precious metals. That one's coming up as well. I don't know shit. DP, you know. DP, where are you joining me from today, man? And hey, if you haven't liked the channel, I'm welcoming you to Mornings in the Lab. We get up, we get live here every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So where are you joining me from, DP? Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Hey, guys, also center stage. Oh, big guest. I'm loving this one. Yes, Alan Baker. 46 years in combat arts, black belt, stacked deep, and a hard lesson learned the long way that what looks like badass in theory can get you fired, sued, and killed real life. This is a story how a rowdy kid became the man trusted to train the world's most elite bodyguards. This dude's going to be it's going to be an awesome conversation. And guys, I'm loving the fucking B-roll behind me, man. That is good shit, dude. That is absolutely good shit. Team getting after it today. Deep dive, Briana Bass. We're talking sex. Yeah, we're talking sex, second hour. The Choreplay myth. Why cleaning the kitchen will not get you laid. Nope. Not going to get you laid, Frankie and Tommy, but we're going to give you some advice of what might actually will. So if your relationship feels like it's a roommate environment, well, today's the conversation. You want to stick around with myself, Johnny, and Briana. Coming up second hour, we're going to talk about sex and put the chores away to get some action in the bedroom. And then we're going to break down why being useful is not the same thing as being attractive. Exactly. That's exactly it. All right. I also got a question from the community dropped last night for Briana. We're going to get after that one as well. Okay. Hey, morning focus. The AI, guys, I talked about this a little bit yesterday with agents, the AI acceleration gap and why it's coming for you. Yes, all my peers listening to the show, to all my peers that hang out around us, guys, some humans are learning, some experimenting, and some are adapting in real time. Hey, SefK76, I'm fat. Hey, I was too once before. True story. And then I started not snoozing. I started making good decisions. And now I'm not fat anymore. Yeah, true story. So, hey, this could be your free accountability partner, SFK76. So you're not fat. Just thinking so. Hey, Jimmy, guess what? You got a button ready for me? I do. I know you do. I think the button goes like this. Hey, Sefke. The morning loop starts right now.
Nation, Briana is coming today for no safe words. Last time, she broke my do more of fantasy. I'm still recovering.
Frankie's excited because Briana makes it uncomfortably simple. Sex isn't a chore chart. It's connection and courage.
That's the trap, man. You can run the house perfectly and still feel miles apart. We're talking real closeness today. I'm telling you, she's gonna call out the performing. Not cruel, just honest. And I'm gonna sweat on camera.
We'll warm this up in the loop. Then Briana takes the gloves off in no safe words.
Morning loop starts right now. Lock in.
Hey guys, come say hi in the comments. Kindness Rising's out there, Sefk's out there, DP's out there, Good Times out there, Sullivan's out there, and so is Melissa Neiman. Hey guys, something's happening right now that most people don't see. Yeah, there is an AI acceleration gap opening up super fast. A small group is using AI like a teammate, shipping more in a week than some people ship in a quarter. Everybody else barely using it. Yeah, waiting for permission. Still think it's 2023. ChatGPT is still launching. I'll tell you what. You know who's going to get hit the hardest? Our peer group, guys, men in their 40s and 50s. Smart, experienced, successful, and quietly at risk of getting leapfrogged by that 20-year-old who's just around the corner. Coming up second hour, I got something to share with you guys that you guys need to pay attention to. Yes, the AI gap is getting wider. And no, I'm not some AI-obsessed weirdo. I'm just giving you some advice that might help you forward. Speaking about moving forward, I wonder what he showed up to the lab in today. Who am I talking about? John Anderson. We got to get him on stage.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's good. My oldest brother, this is great. My oldest brother, he's 14 years older, 13 or 14 years, depending on the time of the year.
Yes.
And he's more like an uncle. He's like a fucking superhero to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a pro tennis player when I was in high school. So he just was, anyway, he ends up, having a fucking great family, has a minivan.
Yes.
It's pretty classic, but even better, his wife got car sick. So he had to ride bitch in the minivan. I'm like, dude, you crushed the whole image. I mean, then you have a minivan in the fucking garage. Thank God you keep it in the garage, not in the front of your house. But it's another thing. When you get in that fucker, you ride bitch. What is wrong with you?
Oh my God. It would be the greatest image having you pull up somewhere in a minivan, actually.
I would climbing out with a fucking apron on.
Oh, dude, I would pay to see that.
The apron?
I did see dude, I saw everything. I would pay to see that. I would pay to see you doing that. I'd pay to see the people's faces when it shows up and you get out in a tank top and just like you're dressed right now. Dude, how are you, man? How was your last 22 hours?
It's good. I'm a little tired today, I'll tell you, but it was a good, it was usually a sign of a good day. I needed my morning exercise this morning.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, if I don't fucking get some blood pumping, I'm going to be like a slug on the show.
Yeah. That's funny. Hey, I dropped something last night during our morning show. We drop shorts on the platform at 8:00 every evening, and then 8 a.m. we go live. And then I'm talking about it in the second hour here. Jimmy, let's run this clip, man. We got to get our demographic, our peers. Got to stop being a prompt engineer and start being a CEO, leaning into what's happening in the world of AI. Jimmy, let's run this clip.
I've been tweaking this prompt for 45 minutes to get ChatGPT to write this sales report.
Tommy, stop. It's February 2026. If you're still prompt engineering, you're a technician, and you're about to be replaced.
Replaced by who? The 22-year-old young buck who doesn't type prompts. He manages agents.
A CEO gives the objective. Agents do the grind. You approve the result.
So I stop begging the bot and start running the work.
Young bucks use ChatGPT Business to run departments, lead the machines, or they replace you.
Got it. I'm not getting walked out while they autopilot my job.
Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends live 8 a.m. EST on YouTube, X, LinkedIn. Subscribe.
Follow or subscribe because the young bucks are not waiting on you.
You guys want to hear what I have to say? I'm dropping it second hour because you guys are getting left behind if you're not sticking around. I'll tell you what's not getting left behind, John. I got something for you, man. I couldn't wait to do this with you. Ears up, man. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Remember that song?
I do, but you're butchering the shit out of it. Yes.
Dude, Chuck Negron died last night.
I couldn't have told you his name. But
me neither. But, I'm looking for topics for the show. 83 years old. We both grew up with that song and enjoyed To the World and so forth. But, the guy, so, I didn't know this, but the guy also, at the height of his fame, he developed severe heroin addiction. He actually lived with homelessness on the streets of Los Angeles for a long time. And he finally maintained sobriety from 1991 until his passing. So I just thought to throw this up here because I know our demographic.
Add some clarity before he passed. That's good to know.
You know what? I leaned into that too. Yeah, I found that too there, that he in his final years, he made peace with his past, including a reconciliation and, with his teammates. Man, that whole industry sure destroys humans, eh? And what I mean is it's such a hard industry.
The hard part about that, brother, and
yeah,
I went through it myself.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
So like a musician or even an athlete, right?
100%,
so
yeah.
You aspire to get to this place. And then on your journey, you realize what everybody's doing. And then you realize, well, maybe this is just part of what it takes, or maybe it's part of like in a musician or the creative process, or I realize like, well, I guess this is the fucking set of rules I got to play by. I thought I knew how deep these rules went, but I was sadly mistaken.
I see what you mean.
Because your fucking heroes are doing all this shit, it just makes it so easy to do it yourself.
I never thought about it that way, right? But you get into a room with all these heroes, these peers, and they're doing these things that you're like, okay, I guess that's what I got to do too. Next thing you know, you're doing it too. There's actually, it's not even the thought process, is it?
Dude, and then what happens is, you know, as you're climbing up, right, these fucking guys, a lot of times they're fucking sliding down because of some sort of an addiction. And then as they're passing back down, you're going, wait a minute, this is not how I remember them.
Oh, yes.
Careful. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I am fucking in this deep. It's not as easy as just saying, okay, I'm going to stop.
Yeah. Never thought about that. The way you presented that.
Well, it's a trip, because when you're in that mindset of whatever it takes, I'm going to do what I got to do to get there. Right. You know, perfect example. Like, how many stories have you heard about somebody in some sort of a really, really difficult career, sleeping in their car, sleeping on couches, doing shit, not having money for food? I mean, I went through a lot of that shit.
Yeah. I know you did. Yeah.
And you just, but that's the mindset. You're ready to do that. You're ready to do whatever else comes down the fucking path of what you need to do.
Because that's what you think you have to do.
That's, and you, I mean, you're
here's the thing, though, Anderson, that is what you have to do. You know, so hold on. Let me just finish. Let me finish my statement. Let's go. Let's pull somebody we always use, Kobe. Right. So let's do Kobe on the positive side. So if you're wanting to be like Kobe, you're like, okay, well, fuck, the guy's in the gym here night and day and he's doing. And so on the other extreme, we do have to do certain things that we don't think others are doing. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, there's very few. Like in the music, my first person that comes to mind, and I don't know if he was sober the whole time. He might have been. Ted Nugent.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
His addiction was women, right?
Yes.
And so now he's carried. He's not what he, he's not deep in the music world, but he's deep into hunting. I mean, he's got a great productive life and didn't destroy his life with a substance. There's not many of those people that you can find to try to follow their path, because all of the other people that are, you got the Ozzy Osbournes.
Yes, you're right.
Fucking, the Motley Crues and all these others that are just going fucking off the rails, and they're the ones playing the arenas.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to argue with you, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's especially, I'm just trying to think of like.
Well, that's why I was always struck, and I've used this example before, is Miley Cyrus. She said she has stopped touring because she does not want to do what you're talking about. She's like, I know myself. If I start getting on stage in front of 80,000 people, I know what that does to my ego. I know what that does to in between shows. And she's like, basically I'm paraphrasing, I have no interest in destroying my life because I know what it'll do to me. And I know how to wreck my life and wreck my ego and my surroundings around me. I thought that's a very profound statement as a young lady observing that, Johnny.
100%, in like in the athletic world, like especially like in the wrestling world, you see some of the older guys.
Yes.
And they're fucking, had the biggest, brightest careers. And you watch these fucking guys, like perfect example.
Look at Flair.
I mean, it's like you in the like, here's a perfect example. I remember one of and so many of us have seen this and figured it out for ourselves.
Yes.
So you see a guy, one of the older guys, he's in, his front of his locker, he's in his chair and he's getting dressed.
Yes.
Right. And he's sitting the whole time, puts his underwear on, sitting in his underwear, puts his socks still sitting, right? Puts his pants on just to the knees, right?
Yes.
Then puts the shoe on, each shoe, ties his shoes, then stands up, pulls up his pants. And you see, why are these fucking older guys all getting dressed like this? It takes a while to connect these dots. And you don't ask an older guy, one of the veterans, a stupid question like that. it's just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm fascinated by what you're saying right now. Yeah.
You ask him a question about, hey, you know, when you're out there and you fucking put your fucking big move on, you don't get a reaction. What do you do next?
Yeah.
You ask the veteran, you know, and then you come to realize that he's been beating himself up to the point where he limits standing up and sitting down. He might have stood up and sit down 6 times in that little venture. He got up once, he didn't stand up once. He got out of the shower, dried off, put his underwear on standing, sat down. Didn't stand up till he was completely ready to pull his pants up.
I'm reading. I absolutely do see what you mean.
Because he might have went up and down off that chair 3, 4, 5 times.
Yes.
And you know, when you're young, dumb, and full of cum and your hips feel fine, not a big deal.
Well, yeah.
But all of a sudden your hips are aching, you're going to limit this movement.
It's interesting because I pay attention to that world that we grew. I watch Taker, I watch Austin, I watch all the old guys that we kind of grew up watching. And, you know, now that you say that to me, it's fascinating actually, because I observe that stuff, right? That's interesting when I hear you say that.
Well, and then it goes a little further. You think, okay, you see these guys get up off a chair, and it takes them a minute to straighten up, and limping it out for the first 30 seconds of getting moving.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you're thinking, if I have a good career, that's what I have to look forward to.
Yeah.
Right. But remember, you're young, dumb, and full of cum. Then when you start to get there, you're like, Jesus Christ, this is a fucking heavy badge of honor to wear every fucking day, all day. And it's far worse when you wake up and right before you go to bed.
That's why I get
so it's kind of a weird thing. Like I wear my badges of honor.
Because whether it's the wrestling industry, the music industry, it affects humans, dude.
It chews you up.
It chews you up. Yeah. Hey, the guy coming up on our show, Johnny, Alan Baker, the world's wealthiest people trust him to train their security teams. This guy apparently is a high profile fluting bodyguard type person. Coming up, Alan Baker on the show. I'm excited about that one. I'll tell you what, I'm also interested to share with you. I know we like to watch the precious metals around here. Well, yesterday you saw the news in the precious metals world, my friend.
I wasn't paying attention. I was busy. What something?
Yeah. So gold and silver bounced in early Asian trading after brutal late January slide. Gold saw its sharpest drop yesterday since the early 80s. So gold dropped big time.
Gold fell again yesterday.
Yeah, it dropped big time yesterday. So
where is it now?
I don't know where it is this morning, but banks are still calling gold at roughly 6,000 to 6,300 by end of 2026. But that's just, I threw this out here. Kai did a good job putting up here for it because we were talking about it over the last couple of days. This to me just kind of leans into the, are you investing or are you gambling? Are you investing or are you gambling? Right. So, because if you're going to play the fucking gambling world, dude, you're just going to do this your entire life, man. So,
well, I think what I think is going to happen, the reason I kind of stopped and this supports what I think, I told you I bought some at 100.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah,
thinking it was gonna. Because honestly, what I was thinking, fuck, if this is the tip of our dollar, fucking hyperinflating. Because when it happened in Germany, dude, in like 6 months, the fucking half the value was gone. It just happened like that.
Oh, geez, Murphy. Yeah.
I mean, it was in 18 months, it was completely. But anyway, I think buying the dip. So I think what's going to happen is I thought, well, you know. Because when it first took that big dump, I bought some more at like 80, right?
Yeah.
Getting ready to buy some more yesterday. I thought, you know, fuck, maybe because I'm a big silver guy.
Yes.
Like, you know, I think it might this might be a little bounce and keep going down. You just keep buying the dips.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%.
The mistake of buying on the fucking up, but that wasn't the idea. Oh my god, I'm going to make so much money. Silver.
On the up,
I got this fucking cash that's fucking gonna just disappear if I don't put it somewhere. That was my motivation.
There you go. Yeah. Speaking of disappearing, we talked about this last week. I teased it, Johnny. What happened last night? SpaceX and XAI all coming one. So Elon is putting all of his companies under one business called SpaceX, which is
really?
Everything he owns, valued at $1.5 trillion and looking to raise $50 billion of public money. Some of the experts are suggesting, John, that the money is being used because he wants to own data centers in space. So
how do you bet against that guy?
Listen, we both drink the same. I don't know how you can. You know, we got to realize.
you might invest in him and you might have a little bit of a fucking blip.
Yes.
But in the big picture, that's going to turn into so much.
Yes. And this to me is not about liking or disliking the guy. This is just purely talking about the future. Like this is like a modern day Tony Stark, man. Like fucking $1.5 trillion business that touches. And we've talked right from since we meet each other. It's that he's built himself a nice vertically integrated company. Very much so, man. Very much. It's quite fascinating.
Now what we're seeing is we're almost kind of seeing his big picture plan.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everybody thought he's in the car business. Well, that's what it appeared.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, so here's what's also interesting, too. We can lean right into this one. If anybody's using stuff online and here's somewhere else where he's having influence, Grokopedia might be influencing more of our tools online. What's going on with this one, Jimmy?
Grokopedia is an AI-made encyclopedia.
We don't have an opener. But anyways, so Grokopedia is being...
Multiple assistants are citing it like a real source. Our refs found Grokopedia in 263K of 13.6 M ChatGPT answers. Wikipedia showed up 2.9 M times. It looks polished even when wrong. The Guardian saw it show up on niche questions. Then it echoes across models.
Not sure what happened there. We had a little bit of technical issue there. Anyways, we had Grokopedia is showing up in more and more responses. So as those of us are using Gemini, using ChatGPT, using all these different tools, Grokopedia, Johnny, is having more influence than ever out there, more so than even Wikipedia. So I thought this, again, back to Elon's influence, right? The guy is touching more of our stuff out there. Grok is great, dude. I'm telling you right now, I use Grok all the time, and it's I really enjoy it. But it is, the reason is simple. Grokopedia citations are showing up across assistants everywhere. So, you know, as we are searching the internet, more of it than ever is coming from Grok, which I thought was quite interesting. And again, it's having impact on all of us here. So, hey, John, so I'm a curious soul like you are, and I know that you pay attention to interesting things. And this one doesn't have an impact on us directly right now, but I thought this was kind of neat. So, scientists have discovered 22 genes that link the Epstein-Barr virus to chronic disease risk. I think Sterling Preston, we got an opener for this one?
Epstein-Barr virus is a common virus most people catch. Usually it goes quiet. This study asks why it stays active in some. They tracked a blood signal called EBV anemia, persistent viral DNA. Using UK Biobank and All of Us, they mapped 22 genetic regions.
That matters because higher levels link to higher long-term risk signals. It's association, not proof, but it could guide prevention.
Oh, you know, EBVs, you know, it affects many people over a lifetime, but it doesn't mean that most people are in danger. It just means that we're better at spotting.
Is it called Epstein? Is it supposed to be like connected to the fucking weirdo? Is that what I heard? Epstein?
That name just doesn't go away, does it, Anderson? It just doesn't go away. That might be the fucking name of ever, Epstein, eh? Like, you just,
Isn't like more shit just keep coming out? Like, we know this guy was just a fucking weirdo. And now we're finding out like all of these major fucking banking leaders were like up to their fucking chin in all of this fucking dirty stuff.
It's actually quite fascinating. It's that's why it's hard not to be conspiratorial with it, right? Like, who is he associated with? Who did he have? Who did he hold over? You know, et cetera, et cetera. I read this morning, Peter Attia. We both know his name. He's a reputable fitness dude. His name was caught up in that. His name was caught up in that shit.
It's like a business version of P. Diddy.
It is, man. It's just
P. Diddy was the Epstein of the entertainment world.
Yes, yeah. We had a guy here in Winnipeg, John. His name is Peter Nygaard. He also, I don't know what's the Caribbeans, man. And David Copperfield was caught up in the two this last week, and apparently he had some fucking island out there in the Caribbean doing bad things. Like, what's up with these islands in the Caribbean where you go and take women?
It's their own jurisdiction. This goes back to the drug days where these fucking guys were buying islands so they could fucking refuel their planes.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. Hey, I got something fun before we bring in our guest, Alan Baker. So I found something. I got kind of like a did you know with you. Did you know how credit cards are validated by a certain? Do you know how credit cards are validated? Do you know anything about this?
No.
Yeah, so it's actually quite fascinating. So,
did you know your card number gets tested before it ever goes through? That test is Loon, and the last digit is the check digit. Ignore the check digit, then read the number from right to left. Double every second digit, starting from the second to last. If doubling makes 10 or more,
subtract 9 immediately. Example, 14 becomes 5. That keeps the math fast.
Now add every process digit plus the untouched digits plus the check digit. If the total is divisible by 10, the number passes. One wrong digit usually breaks the checksum, so checkout stops the typo. It is validation, not security. It just catches mistakes quickly. Write the digits, mark the doubles, subtract 9 when needed, then sum. If the sum ends in 0, it checks out. Payment systems love this because bad numbers fail before approval. It catches most errors, but it is not perfect. So if your card gets rejected, blame the checksum before you blame luck.
That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
I'm always trying to teach you and me something. I did not know this, dude. But yeah, our credit card. So neither did I. But here's the thing: when you enter your credit card, it actually knows before you even submit it. Because of how the math works behind the scenes. Like so I got to be honest, I thought it was a random string of numbers attached to a random string of numbers. I did not realize that all the numbers are actually all connected to create a result.
The code.
Yeah, it is a code actually. Yeah, it's a complete, there's a complete algorithm behind it. But like I said, I did not recognize that. Obviously I knew that had something to do with it, but I didn't realize it was so connected to all the numbers.
No clue. I was completely clueless.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, giving
me as many guesses as I wanted, I would have never even got close to that.
Well, that's that's exactly what I was going to say to you, which was even if you guessed the credit card, you actually probably we wouldn't get it right because it doesn't work connected to an algorithm. So you can't even guess the numbers. So anyways, I thought that was kind of neat, which is that Loon's algorithm connected.
So would that make one think that they're more secure than we think or less secure?
I'm going to assume that they're more secure than we think because
that's
of
my gut too.
100%.
Same thing.
That's it. All right. Speaking of secure, we got a guy coming into the lab who works on keeping high-profile people secure. Sophia,
great segue, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Good segue. And his name, Sophia Grant, is Alan Baker.
If you're caught in a situation that requires self-defense, you don't want to freeze. You don't want to overreact. You want control, and that's harder than it sounds. Stress hits fast. Your thinking narrows. What felt simple suddenly isn't. Most self-defense advice ignores that reality. It assumes calm thinking, when calm is the first thing you lose. In executive protection, those moments happen in public spaces, hotels, lobbies, sidewalks, with clients standing right beside you. You're not just trying to stop a problem. You're trying to stay professional, reasonable, and legally defensible afterward. That's the world today's guest has worked in for decades. Sifu Alan Baker, professional protection agent and instructor. Long before that career, Alan was a rowdy, wayward kid. He needed structure. Martial arts gave him that. That structure turned into a lifetime pursuit. 46 years of training across more than 25 martial arts systems. Along the way, he reached advanced rank in over 13 disciplines. Still, he avoids calling himself a master. He believes there's no finish line. You're either paying attention and getting better, or you're drifting. That approach led him to train Fortune 500 security teams, law enforcement, SWAT, and protection teams worldwide. It also led him to challenge a common belief. Traditional martial arts don't prepare people for real protection work. So he built protection response tactics, training designed for real situations that must look right, feel right, and hold up legally. Alan, thanks for coming to the big show. We're excited to have this conversation with you.
Hey, Johnny, so imagine spending 46 years mastering the art of combat, earning black belts in over a dozen martial arts, only to discover that everything you learned would get you sued, fired, or worse if you tried to use it as a bodyguard. And that was the problem that today's guest solved. And it's why the world's wealthiest people trust him to train their security teams. And his name is Alan Baker. What's going on, Mr. Baker?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you today?
I'm
What's
good,
up, brother.
Hey, John, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Can't complain, brother.
Man, did you hear that? I want to meet that guy.
Yeah, where are you joining us from, Alan?
He sounds pretty good.
Where are you joining us from, brother?
I'm in Atlanta.
Nice, nicely done. Well, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining us here today. Dude, I was taken aback by what you do for a living, and I thought we could have some interesting conversation with Mr. Baker, Mr. Anderson, and the handsome chief himself. That's me, by the way. Yeah. So so let's get into it, man. You're a rowdy kid, and you turned your rowdy kidness into something that you're like, hey, mom's like, I got to put you on medication, or I got to put you in martial arts. And I got to think there's a lot of parents with that decision still today.
Yeah, and thank God she went in the other direction for the meds. But that's the only thing she could find, was martial arts. Somebody to kick my ass.
Well, she found the proper medicine for you.
Agreed. Yeah. That's when I found my people. I knew I was in the right place, because you could go in the class and get in a fight and you didn't get in any trouble.
Yeah. So 46 years of training, you're the agent of change. But let's talk about those moments where you're thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Like, let's talk about these 50 years of getting after it, Alan, and the struggles and the positives. And what's the closest you came to walking away, and why you enjoy the process?
Oh, wow. I mean, everybody, obviously, when I was told the parents and the friends what I was going to do for a living, I mean, I knew at a young age, they were like, you're crazy. And that's never going to amount to anything. And
so let's just pause. So at a young age, you're like, I'm going to paraphrase, I'm going to be a bodyguard. As simple as that, basically?
Well, I was in the martial arts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But brother, real quick, that's when you know your goals are big enough.
Yes.
Nobody understands.
Yes.
When everybody understands your goals, you are playing way too small.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nobody did. For years.
That tells you you're on the right track, doesn't it?
Well, I thought so.
Oh yeah.
Well, look behind you on the wall, because let's just play a game here. If you didn't go down that path, look behind you on the wall, because I got to assume that all those awards and plaques behind you on the wall come from all that doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I did for the last 40, 45, 46 years right there. Devoted almost everything to it. So
no kidding.
Yeah, fortunately, along the way, discovered how to make, some financial systems out of it too. So it turned out well. Can't complain.
Love that word, brother. Love that word. Systems is my whole life. My life is a system.
Agreed. Totally. It has to be, in order to operate at a high level.
I got a system for fucking brushing my teeth. I got a system for putting lotion on when I get out of the fucking shower.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't, a person couldn't say, what's your system for that? I'll have a system for it. It doesn't make a difference.
And you probably can't say you live a normal life. What people think, I'm gonna have this life over here and I'm gonna be successful. That just doesn't exist. You have to operate at a different level. You have to become something more than what the system says you have to be in order to achieve those things.
When you got introduced to the martial arts, when mom introduced you to all that, as a young man, is that where the system started coming to light for you, Alan?
A lot of my mentors in the martial arts, they were ex-military. And those guys, so that's where a lot of it came from. I was training in multiple things. I was in love with this stuff, very passionate about it. And in order, even at that time when I was a teen, I had to schedule training, get up early, have more than one job in order to do those things, So those guys gave me guidance in it, which led to, what I refer to as like additional life skill, mind tools that, like John was saying, systemized ways of thought, systemized ways of performance, and those types of things, lead to growth.
It's the joke I always make. It's in my head is most people wouldn't understand this. You would, Keith, you would too, of course. You have to create a series of systems to basically get out of the system.
Yes.
Oh, totally agree.
Yes. Yeah.
The system, and I'll make the fingers too, is not designed to create. It's just not going to build high performance individuals. No. It's built to churn you out to be the standard.
Yeah.
Well, so we talk here.
Zombie, baby. Just do what you're told and kind of fucking follow the blueprint, which breeds a whole bunch of unhappiness and people walking around pissed off.
It's just, Johnny, you'll appreciate this, and Alan, you appreciate this. I was talking to Carter yesterday, Johnny. Alan, I got a young son who's 18 playing hockey, just 7 hours from me. He's moved off playing hockey on his own. But Johnny, yesterday, he's like, Dad, I'm reading Atomic Habits.
Oh, like, nice.
Anderson's gonna like that one. But I'll tell you what he liked about it, Anderson. He's like, I'm learning from it that you have to think how you are. Like, I'm paraphrasing, right? Where he says you have to believe what you are instead of what people like. Essentially, we talk all the time, and you just said it, Alan. Do you want to be on the stage or do you want to be in the stands? And most people's systems of lives, that's why they sit in the stands.
Yeah.
Right. So if you believe you belong on stage, and you live the habits that put you on stage, and you live the systems that put you on stage, you're probably going to be on stage.
Yeah. Can you do it long enough to get there? Is really
yes. That's it. Alan?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the system actually, once you make that decision, will actually turn against you. And all of the hordes of zombies that it has produced will turn against you too.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that. What do you mean by that?
So true.
Oh, well, you know, I think the system produces the crowd. It's the bulk of the population out there. And then, you know, how dare you choose to operate at a higher level, to leave us and go on to do something greater than what we're doing.
Yeah,
aren't we good enough?
You're focusing on yourself. You're selfish.
Yeah. We're not happy with that, man. You can't do that. And, I'm not just going to tell you that. I'm going to post shit online. I'm going to tell all my friends.
Well, and this is where I'm purposely, I don't want to make this a political statement. It's going to come across that way though. But that's why I go off and get after it. I'm not about making happiness for everybody. If you can't get your ass out of the fucking stands to put the work in to be on stage like I am, I got no sympathy for you.
Well, right? I wouldn't call it a political statement. For me, it's the warrior mindset.
Well, yes. But some, Alan, some would say that as, warrior mindset. That's not inclusive to everybody because not everybody can be a warrior. No, actually, we're all given 24 hours in a day. We're all given the snooze button. Johnny, it's funny because you missed this earlier on the show, man. It's incredible to me how this fucking button or this little sliding slider on our phone is disrupting so many humans' lives. Not addiction, not food, not drugs. A snooze button, Alan Baker, keeps them in the fucking stands.
Yeah, and the decision to hit it.
Yes.
You know, certain people don't make that decision, and some are offended by it. You know, it's like, how dare you even be there? I'm going to get up and, like you said, go after it.
Well, you know, the snooze button represents a behavior pattern.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they snooze that fucking phone. They snooze getting off the couch. They delay everything. It's not just a fucking button. The button is just that's just the tell-all. If you're a fucking snoozer, you're snoozing your whole fucking life.
Yes. Hey, Johnny, you'll be proud. Neiman didn't snooze today, man. We got Neiman beat her. So our producer, Melissa, Alan, I got a comment from her. I got up before my alarm this morning. That's awesome. Hey, Alan, so you worked with a guy named Dan Inosanto, and he worked directly with an iconic guy named Bruce Lee. And, people in our audience and our community would certainly know who Bruce Lee is. Talk about training under Dan Inosanto and what you learned indirectly from him, like through that legend, that warrior, Bruce Lee.
Oh, wow. Well, Guru Inosanto is a legend. He's like working with a professor in the arts. He is a trainer of trainers. And, every time you come away from him, he affects your perspective, the way you think. Yeah. Have you ever been around that person and you come away and you go, wow, why didn't I think that way? I didn't even see it in that way. He's that guy. And how many ways has he influenced me over the years and still continues to do so? He's 86, 87, still gets up early, still trains all day long, out trains a lot of the guys that come see him and train with him.
Yeah.
Teaches the kids class, teaches the adults, and then gets up the next day and does it again. That's what I want to be, or one of the things on the list.
Yeah. I love that. Johnny, I think you'll appreciate this. So Alan doesn't call himself a master because to him it implies an end point. John, you and I have talked before. Maybe you're going to get on stage in your 60s and different classes, but Alan, you're still hungry after 46 years. What keeps you hungry, and what keeps you, so driven towards not wanting to be called that master?
Well, I mean, you said it. To me, it kind of insinuates an end. I've arrived, and one of the major things that says to me is I've quit searching, and I've quit connecting to my passion source.
I love this, brother, because I love how you digested that, and I totally see how you say that, and I agree. I just took it from the other side. When you say you're a master, is when you've truly committed to realize that your journey never ends. That's the because the guy that's the guy that's not a master. Oh boy, yeah, fuck, I'm a black belt now. The game's over. No,
well, I usually say I'm on the mastery path.
There we go. Yeah. And
that's something I'll take.
That's the master thought process. You know what I mean?
Well, it's interesting, John, because because Alan, I don't know if you caught yourself, but Johnny actually kind of called you on it a little bit with your choice of words, because you called him Master Inasanto. I think you called him, right?
Guru.
Guru. I'm sorry. Yes, you called him Guru. Yes. Mm-hmm. Where to John's point, if you would accept the title of master, that in many ways that does suggest that you have accepted that I'm the master, and that it's time to keep going, and that maybe the guru is a point where it's not an end point, but it's like that next journey. So I kind of like how we reframed it, and you actually even said it yourself in some ways, Alan.
Well, it's a conversation I'll have with students commonly. They'll say, well, how should I refer to you? And I answer that the same way every time. You can refer to me as to what you think I have earned.
Oh,
it's up to you. Yeah, if you think I've earned that level, then and you're comfortable with that, it's yours. I don't ask for it. I don't want to mentally connect myself to it.
I like this though, bro. I would agree. I think the title, I could say take the title of master and put it on the shelf.
Yes.
I would own the thought process of master.
Agreed. Yeah.
So we've been hanging out for 18 minutes now, Baker. I got to be honest, man. There's a demeanor about you that makes me very curious about you. You have an energy about you that makes me curious. Like you are so allegedly, I'm having some fun with you, but you work with some of the highest profile folks on the planet to protect them. Are you like some secret kind of Jason Bourne type character behind the scenes? You got this quiet demeanor.
Oh, bro. Oh yeah. Fuck. Are you kidding me?
I know.
When the time comes, this fucking guy's gonna look like fucking Spider-Man, Superman, everybody fucking put together. He's gonna be whipping shit out of his wrists. He's gonna be putting his head behind his hip. He's gonna flexibility. I mean, it's like it's the calm guy that you think, oh, this is a nice.
Totally.
That switch gets flipped, and now you don't know what just happened.
We're looking for some juice, Baker, because I'm thinking, man, that Johnny's right. There's something about you that you got like a tuxedo with like special gadgets in it. Like, you're like, talk to us, hey, Baker. Like, what's going on, man? This secret, subdued demeanor.
Well, I do like special gadgets. I'm a big fan of those.
Talk about the life of protecting the world's, the highest state, what that's like, the intention, what you go about, any crazy stories you can share.
Well, probably the bulk of what I do is work with the teams that protect those guys.
Okay, so
most affluent individuals, they'll have a team that works with them and their family.
Okay.
And, they train in different areas. Defensive tactics is one of them.
Yes.
And it's common that the answer for defensive tactics is what you find in a martial arts school. And as we said earlier, it's not necessarily designed for the environment. Like there's certain things you wouldn't do on the red carpet, because even if you're legally correct, you embarrass the boss and you're fired, and you got a lawsuit.
Oh.
And I actually end up with quite a few clients because I come in behind the lawsuit. They have done what they were taught to do, and it didn't look visually appropriate, wasn't socially acceptable. And even though it might have been called for in that moment, due to those reasons, they ended up having to write a check. So I come in and we fix that problem. We give them answers that will work visually, that still are accepted socially, because, there's things that you could have done 20 years ago you can't do now, obviously. It changes. And, it also changes where you are, what country you're in, what legal system you're having to answer to locally.
A lot of negotiation of one of these guys or these teams have got to make based upon their environment.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate too. You know, they're going to be behind the curve.
It's
the bad guy. Yeah, you know, he's going to show up. He knows what he's going to do. You don't necessarily know until it's happening. So it's unfortunate. They get beat up a little bit. It's kind of part of the job just to be the guy that's up front, and you have to place yourself in positions that are not conducive to a good time.
What's interesting, Alan, I was having a conversation with a fellow yesterday. We were talking about body cams and just, you know, the world of law enforcement and the kind of the world you're in. It's like, you know, it's crazy, Keith, because when you're in a situation where it's danger, your field of vision goes to basically 12 degrees, right? Like right in front of you. You're like, okay, what's the danger right in front of me? He says, yet the body cam I'm wearing captures 120 degrees, which the whole public sees. So everybody's
sitting on their couch.
Yeah. He's like, so everybody's making decisions about what's happening over there and over there, yet I'm trying to save my life, but what's happening right in front of me. And he goes, and nobody really understands that. You talk to that, Alan, because that's the truth, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I jokingly, with the guys I work with, I'll say, you know, it boils down to the midbrain after a high level of stress, which is the puppy dog brain. And you're only going to train that guy to do so many tricks. So you have to choose very intelligently what they're going to be. And, you know, that comes down to what we're talking about earlier. Some answers work. They work great, maybe even better, but you know, you embarrass the client and that's it. You're looking for another job. So have to design those answers differently. And it's not going to be a system that's a fix-all for everybody. You know, we'll have to come in and go, what does the boss allow you to do? What does the legal system allow you to do? You know, even on the legal side of law enforcement, you know, it changes as you go to different places. Due to their experience, they're going to take certain things off the list. So you have to specifically build it around the environment of the individual or the team in that moment.
This is fascinating. So, for example, let's pretend here. So, John's highfalutin dude. I'm on his team. I've hired you. John's going to an event. You're literally breaking down everything, where he's going, what the legal situation is in that jurisdiction. Like, you're breaking everything down so you can teach me what I can or cannot do to protect him, right?
Correct. Yeah. Usually especially a large team, if I have to work with them, I'll go in for a couple of days and I'll learn their system. I actually did this for the Executive Protection Institute when we initially designed the PRT. Do the work. That's how I got into the industry, and find out what the rules are. What do you have to wear? What tools do you have on you? Show me where the highest percentage of violence happens. And for those guys, it's generally around vehicles or between a vehicle and a building. And so
really,
it's not on a mat. You know, it changes. You're on the curb. You got 20 feet to get to the door. That's where it happens.
Well, it's so funny because I've seen some clips of Elon, and I don't care if he's your client or not, but I've seen clips of him where he leaves buildings with his team surrounding him, and he's getting into his vehicles, and it's that moment from leaving building to getting into vehicle that looks like it's the highest risk right there, Alan.
Correct. I mean, you know, it comes down to how predictable you are. The bad guy generally will do some sort of surveillance leading up to it. If he's said, you're the one I want to, you know, embarrass, harm, he's going to be watching. He needs to find out the most common place you're going to be the most often. And generally those types of schedules, meetings, high profile visits are some of the easier things to find out.
Yeah. Alan Baker, Keith Billis, John Anderson this morning on Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and friends. Alan protects some of the world's elites out there in the world of, I guess, what do you call it? Security at protection, Alan? Or what's besides bodyguard? How would you define your industry?
Doing like executive protection or high profile protection.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have kids?
No, sir.
No kids. Excellent. Interesting. We have Keith and Johnny, have a few of them. You're out there.
It's weird. I got a knee jerk reaction right before you answered. I was like, I think maybe not. That's weird.
Yeah. Spent my life doing this. So, didn't have a lot of time. Unfortunately, I love them. I taught them for years, huge classes of them. I probably raised thousands of them.
I bet. I bet. What's an average day in the office look like for you, Alan?
Well, lately, I do a lot of travel. Generally, I take off Januaries to do recording of a lot of content. I have a lot of online video platforms, training and stuff like that. Then the rest of the year, like this week, I leave and I'm probably going to be gone for a month, a little over a month, traveling, teaching different locations, different people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rare we see incidents in the media with highfalutin executives or high profile people. Is that because it's just not talked about, it's not captured, or it just doesn't happen?
Well, they've generally got people around them that are doing a good job. Those guys, for instance, if they're going into an area to do a meeting, they'll show up 2 days early, do advance work, and try to hash out every possible thing that can happen. And they have a plan A, B, C, D, and down the list. So they're very good at what they do.
And are we talking about people like the Elons, the Zuckerbergs, the Bezos? Like, are we talking those kind of people, Alan? Or are we talking like just, and I don't want to, or are we talking like Fortune 500, Fortune 50 dudes? We're talking to anybody. Like what's a typical client profile?
Those guys definitely have a team working for them.
Yes.
Yeah, the more highly recognizable you are, especially if there's some political influence that's connected to you, they definitely have a team.
That's the case, eh? It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and a lot of corporations, due to incidents that's happened probably in the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, you can turn on a television. I don't watch TV, but yeah, that's even influencing more. You're seeing more and more of those companies starting to take it more seriously and look for protection for their employees.
Well, we had some executives kidnapped in Mexico from the cartels there. So are you talking about those kind of situations, or you go to Venezuela, you go to countries where executives are kidnapped? Is that the kind of stuff too, Alan, you'd work on?
I would work with teams that do that type of thing quite regularly. Yeah.
Alan Baker, Keith Bellis, John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Alan, where can folks hire you, connect with you, and find you?
Well, my main website is Sifu Alan Baker, AlanBaker. And you can contact me or my team through there pretty easily.
And what does a day like today look like for you?
Well, today I have a couple of meetings. It's an office day today.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking to clients. We're designing programs, buying tickets, setting up dates for the rest of the year. I generally book my year probably 2 years in advance. It's one of the things that you have to do in order to get it done.
That's awesome. Well, Al, listen, man, I appreciate you hanging out with myself and John here this morning. The master who's not calling himself a master, who's on his way to guru, Mr. Anderson, Alan Baker, hanging out this morning with us. I appreciate you. Any final words from you, brother?
Hey, man, it's great meeting you. Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, brother.
Yeah, John. Pleasure.
Awesome. All right, Keith and John here hanging out on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Alan, John, that's savage stuff, man. That work that guy does is savage. It's just, and it's underscored savage work, isn't it?
Well, yeah, totally. And I just love his demeanor. It's like,
yes,
he's not this, like, it's the guy that fucking talks about how fucking tough he is that you don't have to worry about.
I love guys like that. That's exactly
this would be, as soon as you find out a little bit about this dude, you're like, okay, I'm going to take an extra half a step back because I know when he wants to kick some ass, I don't want to be within what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
And I'm smart enough to know it's not going to be me,
Well, that's the funny thing, right? Is that we as our humans, we perceive the John Anderson as the harmful guys. Yet you're like, no, dude, I don't fight. And then you walk a guy like Alan Baker into the room who looks like he's the lover, not the fighter, yet he'll kick your ass and put you to the ground and without just even probably fucking lifting a finger, right? It's just funny how we judge book by its cover. Hey, coming up in a couple minutes, the Choreplay myth. We got Briana Bass joining us, John, for some fun conversation about sex. But before we do that, I'm working on this a segment called The Daily Opinion. Jimmy, let's run this segment about The Daily Opinion, and then I want to get Anderson's opinion on this comment from this man about teaching our kids about wealth. Jimmy, let's run it.
I'm not going to correct them by not telling them what their net worth is. We've chosen as a family not to disguise and not to hide from our wealth. And so we have family meetings every quarter, and we're passing on wealth at this point in time. I'm not waiting till I die. I want to watch my kids enjoy their wealth.
Wow.
And so we're passing on wealth to them now, and we're helping them manage through it, and we're helping them navigate. We have a family limited partnership that any of the kids can borrow from to start businesses. It's at those meetings when we sit there and we talk about you can get your hands on net worth, and what are we preserving here, and how are we using it, and exactly where are we giving money to, which I've made them do since they were young.
I want to hear just a little bit more about these family meetings.
Okay.
How often do they happen? Do you have an agenda?
We have them quarterly. Every year, once a year at the big meeting, I walk through the estate plan. What's going to happen? Like, where does the money go? How does it get there? I start the meeting by showing my net worth. Then I show them where the assets are, what companies we own, what the liquid money is, who has the.
So Johnny, I was quite taken aback by that, because I have sucked at that with my kids. Have you? Have you had this kind of conversation with your kids about, because we talk about teaching our kids about partners and life, and listen, we're both not gazillionaires, trillionaires, but there's still net worth. Like, have you had this conversation with your kids? Because I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to them. I mean, I don't have the pockets like that either. Of
No,
course.
I mean, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
but I mean, I talk to them about like behavior patterns. Like
Okay,
one of my middle daughter just got a huge step up, like more than doubled her income. She kind of she's really climbing through what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I said, kiddo, I said, look, I said, you got to understand something. Your behavior patterns don't care how many zeros are behind what you're spending. If you're used to spending all you have every month, you can add an extra zero and you'll still spend it. I said, so you got to understand it's your behavior patterns that are going to make you or break you. I was in the same boat where I spent everything I had and even had to borrow some to get by.
Yeah.
And I lived that way for a while. Then I started making money. I was fucking blowing through it like a drunken sailor because I was used to spending everything. Then I realized, wait a minute, I got to take some of this and put it in a fucking place where it's going to do me some good. But it's a behavior pattern switch. So I talk to them more in terms of behavior. Now, when I get a little bit deeper, when I get a little older and I get closer, that's what I'm going to talk to them more about preservation.
Yes.
Because that's the biggest fucking problem. When you get something, it's fucking hard for it not to leave.
Yes. Yeah. I when I saw that, I guess my opinion on it would be, I think we as parents can do a better job of that. We can do a better job teaching our kids about net worth and wealth and how that all works. What struck me with him was when he's like, I shared with my kids my net worth, and then he what he said to Johnny. We cut it off at the end there, but he's like, he had 3 kids, and he's like, they're all different ages. He says they all have different net worth. It's not about being even, because that's not how the real world works. He's like, I've had some kids that have had 6 years of compounding effects. Like, let's talk with your older daughter, right? Maybe she's had some compounding effects over somebody else. So why should it be even? So I liked when he's like, well, the real world is not even. So why would we make it even for the kids? That's fair, isn't it, John?
100%. And here's another concept that fucking is really heavy. You don't sell shit. Excuse me. You don't sell assets. You create a taxable event. You borrow against it.
Yes.
If you got a building that's worth $10 million and you sell it, you've created a taxable event, or you got to roll it into another building.
Yes.
You can borrow $5 million tax free.
Yes. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, it's funny, Johnny, because Good Time put it best, man. Our parents kept money a secret. So did mine. It's like this hidden thing. It's like nobody want to talk about what we made, how much we made, et cetera, et cetera. So guys, let's be teaching our kids about money. You were teaching.
Back up one quick thing. People think, oh my God, you don't want to borrow against that $10 million building. Think of the interest you're going to pay.
Wow.
That's fucking fraction compared to the taxes. Pay the less of the two. You're going to take that money and you're going to do something smart with it. You're going to go fucking drunken sail of the money, for Christ's sake.
Yes, exactly. Well, and you can write that shit off too, right? Get yourself a good accountant and be creative with what you can write off. So,
but it's the behavior patterns and the thought processes that we haven't been given that makes us always never quite getting where we want to go.
Speaking of behavior patterns and thought process, Johnny, some of us, we spend time with a loved one for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Next thing you know, those behavior patterns and thought process turn into a roommate. And it's like, hey, what kind of chores can I do to get myself laid? coming up in 2 minutes. Briana Bass, no safe words. But right now, we got a lifestyle tip, reset out right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
If they're talking smack, you are on the right track. What does that mean? That means that if you're doing something that's outside of the norm, you're going to have people that are going to attack you. You're going to have people that tell you whatever they're going to tell you. They're going to talk smack. They're going to talk shit. They're going to tell you you're crazy. Perfect. This tells you you're doing something that's going to get you where you want to go. Now, if you just want to sit back and go to work every day and come home and watch TV, don't listen to me. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing something bigger, creating something bigger, living a bigger, better life. Well, you're going to need to get outside the box. You're going to need to do things that most people don't do. And when you do that, they're going to fucking come undone on you. Excuse my language. They're going to tell you can't. They're going to talk shit. They're going to talk smack. So let that be your roadmap. If they're talking smack, you know you're on the right track. Rock it.
All right. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends for joining us. Welcome. You missed a great first hour hanging out with Alan Baker, the unassuming bodyguard. Yeah, protecting some of the world's elite. Great conversation. And we kicked off the show with Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Yeah. Chuck Negron died. Brianna's like, what the hell am I getting myself into? Briana Bass joining us here in a minute. No safe words. No safe words. No singing on this show. I like to sing every single day. Yes, Chuck Negron died. The guy from Three Dog Night passed away last night. We had Alan Baker on stage, 46 years in combat arts. What a great conversation. Humble guy. Go back and listen to that one. Coming up, No Safe Words with Briana Bass. And we're going to get straight into territory most men are stuck in and nobody wants to say out loud. The Choreplay myth. If you've been cleaning harder, doing more, trying to be more helpful, and wondering why you're still not having any sex, that might be why. And hey, it's like, she's been my roommate for 35 years. I don't want to have sex with her. Well, coming up, Briana Bass, Keith Bellis, John Anderson, in that conversation. Hey, Jimmy, it starts right now.
The house is handled. The vibe is dead. You're treating intimacy like a task. That's how couples become roommates.
Most desire is context. When life is all logistics, the body stops seeing you as erotic.
When I initiate, she hears a demand. When she declines, I hear rejection. So we both retreat. Then we stop touching because it feels loaded.
Start with closeness with no finish line. Let trust come back into the room.
I'm done trying to earn sex with soap. Briana Bass is here with the real reset.
Briana Bass, what is going on, girl? Good to see you on the show this morning. What a shaking.
Hey there. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Oh, doing well.
What do you know today? Tell me something new today. It's our third show together. Tell me something new today.
Well, let's see. Personally, professionally, we talking about this?
Let's start on the personal side of things, kid. What's going on with you?
Oh, let's see. I bought between Austin, Texas and Dallas, Texas. So got in really, really late last night from Austin. I'm opening up a second office there.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. Well, we're here to have a fun conversation today. I know Johnny's he's getting himself back in from the restroom. But I put a conversation on the table today, Briana, because a lot of men, a lot of women wake up after many, many years in what we call roommate syndrome. And then men are like, okay, I guess I got to do more shit around the house so I can have more sex with my wife, when in reality that actually doesn't work. Let's talk about roommate syndrome and how that affects relationships over the years. And I got a question from the community to throw at you as well. Let's start there, Briana. Roommate syndrome. Let's dig into it.
Yeah, roommate syndrome, we've all been there. I've been there. Everyone has been there at some point. It doesn't take long to get there either, right? So we can keep talking about the 30 years, the 40 years. It can be 1 year.
Yes.
No problem. Yeah. And I think it's this, there's a couple of things that come to mind when I think about this. So one, it's well-intentioned couples, right? Some of the other stuff we've talked about on the other shows, right? There might be malice, there might be patterns, you might have baggage from your past.
Yes.
Right? This roommate thing can be the most beautiful, well-intentioned couple. And, you know, life today is stressful, and we start talking about kids and schedules and logistics and how was your work day, and are you going to get that promotion that we've been talking about? Well, what did your boss say about this? This is what we got to do on Wednesday, on Thursday this. And then, you know, we're watching a show together as our reprieve, perhaps in silence because we're watching the show, right? And we wake up a few months in and we've been doing this, and our life has been reorganized around just function. And we're distracted when we are with each other, checking the phone, all of it. And the intimacy just dies. It just does in a space like this. Those flames are certainly not fanned. But yeah, I think an important note is that these are very well-intentioned couples. The good news is because of that, right? That, you know, we can get things back. The other note I'd say on the roommate syndrome specifically is that it's a little bit invisible. So I think for men, they're probably going, hey, shit is taken care of. The house is not on fire. We're not at each other's throats. You might be a little bit tired, right? You're not really having sex as much anymore. Those kinds of signals are certainly alarm bells, but nothing is like really in crisis. So I feel like it's one of those things that we kick the can down the road until tomorrow. It's a little bit invisible.
Yes. Well, it's interesting because, you know, yesterday was Groundhog Day, Briana. And you think about it, right? You know, if every day becomes identical, you know, maybe the brain stops expecting romance. Maybe the brain stops expecting, you know, Briana to put something cute on before we sit on the couch to watch a TV show. You know what I mean? I'm like, just those things. And you said something which struck me and I never even thought about, which is we get into a routine pattern of comfort. If we're stressed, the moment we get to sit down on the couch with our wife, right? And then next thing you know, months go by and you're roommates, isn't it? That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So ironically, then we come together as a team, as a unit to rest.
Yeah.
And that rest doesn't breed intimacy either. You would think that it would, but it doesn't.
Yes.
So the rest in of itself is even functional. We're trying to just recover so that we can Groundhog Day it again.
Yes. Johnny, you've been married for a long time. How have you and Terry avoided roommate syndrome?
Well, first off, hey, Brianna, how are you? Good to see you.
Hey.
That's a good question. I would say, you know, a few different methodologies. Can't say that any one of them is always the go-to. But I think one of the things that we really lean on is that, man, we have a robust and a pretty exciting sex life. And that's something that, and it can actually, I can say it's almost backfired us on us in the past, because it'll turn into something that covers shit up rather than
yes.
Let's figure out what the fuck this is. And then that's even better, because then it becomes this, you know, this kind of this Band-Aid thing. I mean, I suppose if you're going to have a Band-Aid, that's a pretty fun Band-Aid to have, but it doesn't really, what I gauge the most is like, it's the little interactions in the house, right? It's just like, do I feel like she's you know, responding to me with a smile? Is she happy, or is she just kind of numbing up? You know, if she's numbing up, or and don't get me wrong, sometimes she could be in a bad mood or who knows what. But if I get too much of that, I know that there's disconnect, you know? And so then for me, I'm always going to try to talk. I'm a communicator. Hey, what's going on? And then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll try to say, well, hey, I'll ask her to do something that I know she wants to do, because then it shows that I'm basically showing interest in what she wants, or when she starts to talk to me about something. Happened yesterday. She started talking. I knew exactly what she was talking about, but I fired off a question inside the first 5 seconds, which told her I was listening. And so just the type of things that I kind of navigate with. And if all the stuff I just said doesn't seem to be working, then I'll just throw down and hope that that'll snap the situation back out. So one of these little things will start to work again. That's kind of my mess, if you will. Brianna, please grade me. Tell me what I'm doing right and wrong.
Yeah.
I loved it. There's a line that I say a lot. I talked about it a lot on the last show, and I'm going to probably talk about it on every show because it requires, like you're talking about, continual investment. These things atrophy, right? So they are muscles. So this isn't like a one and done situation. You can't even convince your partner that you feel this way and then let that stick for a few months. It doesn't work like that. But the line that I always go to, right, is that women do not get turned on by men wanting sex from them. They get turned on by men wanting them.
Yeah.
I talked about that so much last time. Yes, right?
Yeah.
If you recall, last time our conversation was about sort of the obsession.
Yes.
And differentiating, because I think men are getting confused on, I am being obsessed with her. I'm going feral for her. I'm wanting to hook up. Let's do it like in the movies real quick or whatever the case may be. And I was saying, whoa, hold on. You're going to get there anyway. So instead, I want you to shift focus and do it overtly, expressively, where she's aware of this language you're speaking, which is actually, she's the prize. She is the goal right now, not the actual sex itself, because that'll all come together anyways. So I'm not asking you to sacrifice anything. If anything, it's going to get a lot better. But yes, women get turned on by you wanting her, not sex. So what John was describing was, I'm listening to her. I'm asking her an engaging question that shows that I am present in this moment. I'm not on my phone. I'm not thinking about other things. I'm not interrupting. I'm showing genuine, real, authentic interest, because women can smell it if you're not showing up authentically. And that probably got some major kudos and points with her. And she's going, he wants me. He wants my mind in addition to my body. We're having sex also, but these are all interconnected and playing in with one another for sure. So yeah, he's putting some equity in the bank, some coins in the bank that prove to her, hey, you are not an object. When I want you, it's because I love all parts of you. And having a simple conversation in the kitchen, that can go that far. These things don't have to be expensive. They don't have to be exhausting. They don't have to be taxing.
But if so, let's go here though, Briana. So having sex and intimate relationships is clearly a value of John's and his wife's, right? So does going into a relationship knowing that those values are important, would you say as an expert, Briana, that helps prevent roommate syndrome from showing up? Because using John and Terry as an example, they're always putting that at the top of their values list because that's important to them from day one when they met. Would you say, Briana, that in your experience working with couples, maybe they didn't line up on that value on day one?
Well, there's a huge study that was done, right? Yes. That we've talked about, where the number one indicator of the active sex lives, things that would be considered healthy or whatever, which doesn't necessarily mean every day. For one couple, it could be once a month. It's whatever their sort of choice of measurement is, what they're comfortable with. But where I'm going with this is that they found it wasn't novelty, it wasn't excitement and whips and chains and third parties. It was just the ability to talk about it. So when I hear John talk, he comes with such a comfort. I can guarantee you that him and his wife are having these conversations, like you said, level set at the beginning, but they continue to. And it's in a way where this is now feeling very natural, not clunky, not awkward. How I talk about when we sometimes start to do this, it feels like the elephant in the room and we're just making it bigger and worse. And I'm saying, I see you couples where it feels worse before it gets better. I need you to go through that noise of talking about it. So more succinctly, yes, I do think out the gate, having conversations about what intimacy looks like for you. And if you're even comfortable, what it used to look like in your past relationships. And I'm not talking about body counts and partners. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, hey, I was in a relationship once where it was a sexless marriage, or, this is what used to mean a lot to me. Or I had a past partner that made me feel objectified because they would do this. As you get closer with one another and can kind of share in the same way we would other things, right? We're talking about finances, something else in our past that sort of taught us a lesson, especially as we get older, we can bring that stuff into the conversation as well to help sort of set us up for like where to go from here. And it spawns other little conversations. But yeah, having that conversation out the gate about this is what intimacy means to me. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. And then building on it as time goes, absolutely imperative. Huge needle mover. Great thing to do. So yeah, I agree.
As I listen to you talk, it's kind of dawned on me that it's like this, that it's almost like a puzzle or formula, because if one of the things that I mentioned is too off balance, then the connection doesn't rise. It'll stagnate or even go down. Like if sex is being used too much, those conversations will be even worse, right? And so it's like if the conversations are if there's enough of a connection in the conversation, or doing something, enjoying time with something she wants to do, then it's easily shows up in the sex life. But if the sex life is, I guess, does that make sense? You can kind of spot, not to say that sex is the gauge, but you can definitely see or feel the difference if the lack of connection, or sex starts to get used as a Band-Aid. There's not a lot of forward movement in the actual progression of, I guess, the topic going the opposite way of roommates. You have all the sex in the damn world, and the roommate situation continue to get worse. And I've made the mistake of trying to do that in the past.
Oh, interesting. Briana, we've got a question from the community here. Dominic Morales joins in and says, this safe word session is insightful. His words were, this safe word session is insightful. What happens if we'll talk about our wife, what happens if she has a hard time being vulnerable and open sometimes?
Yeah, that's fair. And a lot of women do, a lot of men do, right? And women are kind of not spoken about as much. We all know, oh, men struggle with vulnerability. They're all into the stoicism thing and sort of misunderstanding that, whatever. But I love this question because it's true. Women, especially nowadays, right, are getting less and less vulnerable. We're taught to be more functional, to show up in spaces and look like we have it all put together. And that's what's rewarded and sexy and appreciated and valued. And we don't want to let anyone know that we're falling apart quietly. So I love this question. And I think if you're empowered with the information that she has a difficult time showing up with vulnerability, we want to make sure that anytime she does, even in micro small moments that seem kind of insignificant on the vulnerability scale, right? She's not telling you something super heavy, but maybe it's just that, something bothered her at lunch, or, something light. I want you to catch her in a way that makes her feel, wow, that was really cool. That was really solid, because her brain, her neurons are firing off with plasticity going, I'm gonna retrain myself that this is a safe space to do that. So it was a tiny little comment about lunch today. Next time it's a little bit heavier, and it's a little bit heavier. So I need him to catch her in a way that shows her, hey, do this again, do it more, do it more. We're all classical conditioning. In a relationship, it's constantly responding to what our partner gives us and getting conditioned over time. We do that long enough, we start to form these pathways that are pretty solid. So if we get in some healthy habits, that is that foundation I talk about, where your neural pathways are going like, hey, when we're in conflict, this is how I show up, because my brain believes we can do so here. And if we get older, we show up in relationships, we've got pathways from our past partners. We got to sometimes untangle and recondition all that. So when she comes to him, I want him to say like, wow, God, that sounds so frustrating at lunch, versus problem solving, trying to diagnose it with her, asking her if she asked the waiter about this, or her girlfriend about this, or at work this. No. Catch her.
I want to be heard.
Yeah, I want to be heard and seen and understood. I know those are really buzzy words right now. The word safety, so buzzy. It's getting weaponized in relationships. This is not missed on me, but sorry, these are still great words when used correctly. Safety, being present, the catching her, right? Seeing her, seeing through the words that she's saying. Why would she be sharing this with me? Why does this matter to her? And if you don't have those answers, don't panic. Not a problem at all. That's why we just throw the ball back. We just ask, what was that like when that happened?
Well, and here's a question. So I will a lot of times revert where I'm not identifying what mode I'm supposed to be in. So I'll say, am I listening or am I solving?
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's a good one. That'll work.
You like that, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So I'm glad you said that, John, because I don't want sometimes things that I discuss on here to sound too advanced, right? I always want to remind everyone that some of this stuff can happen starting today in the next 10 minutes. It's often free. And like I said, not exhausting and taxing. So per John's point, right? I'm going like, you're probably going, crap, I heard Briana talk this. Now I'm playing mental gymnastics as she talking. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? No. Slow it down. Just ask a question. Throw the ball back. That means ask her a question. Okay, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to say right now. So I'm just going to go with, do you want me to listen, or do we want to problem solve this together? Also, we can do both. I want to hear everything now, and then later we can go back to it and figure it out together. I want you to know that I'm in your court. I'm always in your court.
Keith, John, and Briana hanging out. No safe words here on Mornings and Alive with Keith, John, and friends. I'll tell you, who's not playing Choreplay, Johnny. I got a 90-year-old taxi driver who rented a yacht, wore a fake gold chain, presented himself as ultra wealthy, impressed the woman. They spent 2 nights together, and then they got up the next day and she realized that he was not a wealthy billionaire. He was just some fraud, and it was a harmless joke. So I just kind of put this on here to have some fun because, everybody has a story, and this dude's like, I'm going to get my...
They're equally guilty in my mind. Jesus Christ.
100%. Brianna, I got another question from the community. It came in over the week here. Brianna goes like this. How do I get over the 25 years of things that my wife has driven me nuts about and get over it so I want to have sex with her again? So essentially, I've been married for 1,000 years. My wife's been driving me nuts with these little things, yet she wants me to have sex with her?
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a multi-session conversation.
That's the question I got, so I'm throwing it out there.
I love the questions still. I mean, I'll take them all, bring them. But boy, that's layered. We'd have to start to unpack.
Dude, look in your own mirror, which might be part of the reason, actually.
Yeah. Also, I know this is an unpopular thing to say, controversial, but sometimes we're not a match, and sometimes we find that out after 25 years, and that's cool too, right? We're always talking about making stuff work. Very important, but sometimes we need to realize when stuff isn't working, and we do need to get out and go start living our lives then in the way that we wish that we were. That's okay too, guys. Sometimes we meet with couples and the goal isn't to stay together. The goal is to figure it out.
My first gut reaction to that was how big could these little things really be?
Well, we all know it's not about the little things, right? We all know it's not about them.
Like he's just not letting real shit roll off his back.
Yeah, that's because there's an iceberg there, right? So what he feels is how she chews her food or is disorganized or something. That's that tip of that iceberg that we can see peeking out of that ocean water. And then what we know is that underneath is all of this, right? It's all the times that he felt like his ego was dismantled by her. His identity was compromised, that their gender roles got crossed in a way he couldn't navigate.
That's like the fall guy. That's what he blames.
Yeah. So there's all this underneath that surface, but it's coming out as, I can't stand it when she chews like that. I can't stand it when X, Y, Z, right?
Yes.
And being intimate with her, remember, because sex is the signal, not the problem. It is not the root cause. Other things collapse, other things fall, they take a hit, and then the sex shows up. That's how it presents, not the other way around. So bad news answer, he would have to address this iceberg to then be able to go, man, I want her. Because remember, if you want to get her on board with you, you're not obsessed with the sex, you're obsessed with her. How are we going to have obsession with her with this heavy ass iceberg of 25 years of crap? And our rug that we look at it over in the corner of the room has a huge mountain under it.
Yes. Yeah. Dropping nuggets. Briana Bass with Keith Billis and John Anderson this morning on No Safe Words. I got my lovely bride in the comments here. Lauren, loving you, baby. Hey, listen. Childhood trauma can affect people after sex? Question from the comments.
Absolutely it can. Yeah, absolutely it can. If there's any association there, and it doesn't have to be so obvious, like let's say sexual assault. No, it can be just simply when you're really intimate with someone, when you unzip, figuratively, when you let someone in. Back to my speech about the brain conditioning, right? If we're conditioned to have a fear response, our nervous system kicks in. When we're vulnerable with somebody, we let them in. Oh no, now we're at threat of being wounded more. This is opening me up. So that makes sense that post-sex, we have some sort of automatic response. That's totally normal. And the solution to that would be some of the stuff we're talking about today. Telling your partner, discuss it with them.
Yeah. So wrapping up with Keith, John, and Brianna here this morning. Hey, Brianna, so this is your third appearance with us on the show, plus the guest appearance you had originally. So I feel like you're kind of like one of us now. So we like to tease and have fun with love. So I'm just curious, did you grow up with a BMX bike? Was this?
Oh my God.
You?
No, it's not. So sorry, it's
What
not.
about you on the BMX bike that we found there? Because I know that Keith and Johnny had the BMX. We got to throw us on the screen with Brianna here this morning, because us boys growing up, Brianna, we all aspired for that.
If you're a boy and you see a chick riding a BMX bike, you are in love.
That's what I mean. That's why I was like,
you see that when you're out riding your bike and you see that, you're like, I'm following her wherever she goes.
Oh, that's exactly when I found
Noted. I'm adding that to my, you know what? Fuck all this curriculum. It's that.
Johnny, Brianna's gone since she's going to leave the show and go buy herself a BMX bike today. Is what she's going to do.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Hey, John, before you go.
John, before you go, Preston found a clip, and he immediately thinks about you.
The caption says, send this to someone and say nothing. So don't move. Just watch this.
And well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world.
Wow. So gay. So gay. Well, listen, it was bad enough I drove the minivan to work, but then you find out I'm a fucking janitor. Yeah, I earned the title of what they gave me today. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, so much fun. Oh, Brianna brought her dog to the show. What kind of dog? What's that you got there? Oh, look at that. What do you got?
It's a little senior Pomeranian. It's exactly the dog that you think that I have.
Yeah. Exactly the dog that you think I have. Hey, Johnny Good Time says, I used to wash and wax my BMX bike. I think we all did, Good Time. Yeah. Brianna, so much fun, man. I really enjoy our segment with you. So much fun. Any closing words for you today before we get you out of here?
Talk to your partners. Talk to your partners. Go talk to them, right?
Yeah.
And reintroduce intimacy that does not lead anywhere specific, right? We talked about this last time. Make out with her, say something to her, linger with her, and then don't escalate it. She will be so confused.
Yeah.
And she will be really glad about that, because that means you just wanted her for the sake of her and not some sort of finish line. So I'll leave you with that.
I like that. Always good advice from Briana Bass. Johnny, closing words for her?
It's always a pleasure to see you, and I really enjoy our conversations. Look forward to the next time.
I agree. Brianna, always a pleasure. You enjoy your day today, okay?
See y'all.
Awesome. Take care. Briana Bass is out of here. No Safe Words is wrapping up, and Keith and Johnny are saying goodbye here in a quick second. Dude, that was fun today, man. That was I always enjoy those chats with her, because I find she's always very informative. And I know. And here's what I got to be honest. I'm talking to you directly, man. This is what I really enjoy about getting to know you over our time together, is how much you love being in a relationship with your wife like I do. And I love how we can talk about it. I do, because I don't think a lot of men have these kind of conversations. You talk openly about yourself with Terry. I talk myself with Lauren, and we go through our journeys together. I love that, man. And I love knowing that about you. And I love learning from you. And I think that there's a lot to be said for that, because I don't think men have these conversations often, frankly. They don't.
I don't think men are comfortable enough to speak openly about how they feel.
Yes. Yeah. So I
whatever call it problems, call it challenges, call it whatever. You know?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you playing pickleball today?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
No gym, though. No gym, just pickle.
Nice. Well, you enjoy that pickleball match. I got a little monologue coming up on our peers are getting left behind, Johnny. The guys that are in their 40s and 50s that are still looking to work, that aren't leaning into some of the new tools being released. I'm scared they're going to be left behind. So I got, and it's because I work in it every single day, and I'm seeing stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I want to help these guys, because we don't know about what's coming. And we're going to have a lot of these 20, 25-year-old young punks passing us 40, 45-year-old men. And they're going to wake up going, I can't get a job. So we're going to have that conversation in a few minutes. Enjoy your day, brother.
That's it, brother. That's it.
We'll see you
it'll be another fun show, and see what, as you said, see you in 22.
22 hours is what it is. Not even 24, every 22, my brother. Have a good one, okay?
Have a great loop, my brother.
Take care. I love you, pal. Take care. All right, Johnny's out of here. We're keeping the show rocking and rolling. Sullivan, good job to both of you having difficult conversations. Yes, I agree, Sully. I appreciate you hanging out with us every single day. And yes, good time. Why does a few martinis seem to help with our relationship with our wives along the way? Dominic, I hope we got your question answered for you. A great question. Hey guys, every 2 weeks we got Briana Bass joining us here on the show called No Safe Words with Briana Bass. It is a conversation about sex, relationships, and a bunch of great stuff. Hey team, thanks for having me prepared for that one. Great great stuff. Kai, I saw all your questions. Obviously, I didn't have time to get to them, but I felt extremely prepared, and thank you for that. You know what I'm prepared to do? I'm prepared to warn many of you about what's coming. I did a little bit of a monologue yesterday on AI agents, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so passionate with this. I feel like I need to keep kind of postulating about it. And I got a monologue today right now, which is, the misalignment I believe that is happening in the world. I believe that at least through my observations, the communications that I'm having, there appears to be an AI acceleration gap happening. And this monologue is talking to my peers and why it's actually coming for all of you right now, and you might not even be aware of it. Let's get after it, Jimmy.
If you're the expert guy, listen. Your title won't protect your family when the workflow gets replaced.
Old game was mastery. New game is humility, reps, and shipping before you feel ready.
Your company may lock tools down. Leaders don't wait for permission to stay useful.
Give one man a bike, give the other a rocket, then say it's the same race. Don't chase every release. Build a daily practice that buys you time back.
This isn't about being technical. It's about being willing, even when your ego screams no.
All right, guys. Hey, listen. I got something to tell you that's happening right now. So what I'm going to share is real life stuff. This is not future. This is not pretend. This is not fooey. This is not some nerd trying to freak out at all, actually. No, that's not the point of these things, actually. And this is not some nerdy concept for people in hoodies arguing about podcasts. That's not even that at all, actually. No. And it's not me trying to be some jerk off with the red hat and the glasses trying to tell you what to do. That's not even that at all. So I guess how I will present this is one of two ways. You can either listen to what I have to say and consider it, or you can ultimately ignore it. I would like to offer, though, that I'm right in the middle of what I'm going to talk to you about. So what I'm going to talk to you about is based on experience, is based on what I'm seeing, is based on what I'm learning, is based on what I do 16 hours every single day. So you can either accept it, run away from it, lean into it, do something about it, or frankly, ignoring me. But what's happening is that we are seeing a split between two groups. And guys, this is worse than when we went from encyclopedia to Google. This is worst? Yeah. This is worse than the Industrial Revolution changing society as quick as it didn't. Yeah, the Industrial Revolution happened and it changed the world, right? The internet information revolution happened back when the internet came out back in the 90s, early 2000s. It changed the world. But what's happening right now is happening so fast. And it's a widening split between two groups of people. And on one side, you got the frontier people. I'll put myself in that one. The frontier guy, the guy that's just kind of running ahead of the group. And I use AI like a power tool. Think about that. Think of the words, listen to the words that I'm going to be choosing. A power tool, not a hammer. I use it like an exoskeleton to make me better. Think about that. I got my human wrapped in this tool that makes me better, like a second brain with hands. And no, I'm not trying to brag about what I do and how I do it and how smart I might be. No, it's actually not it at all. Because I'm not just using these tools to ask AI questions. I'm not using AI like old school Google. No, I'm using AI on a daily basis to build, to ship, to automate, to create, to code, to research, to run experiments and basically compress weeks of work into a day. And on the other side, because I've witnessed it and I watch it, there's everybody else. People who are barely using it. And I'm talking to you guys, my 40 to 50 some odd year old guys. You're just kind of dabbling. You're just kind of touching it. And you're using it like it's a better search engine. You're like, I guess I'll use ChatGPT today instead of Google. Or you're sitting back saying, well, I'm just going to wait to see how it all plays out because I hear this AI shit's pretty crazy. Or, and I know Good Time, has said this many times, your company or your wife's company or your kid's company has AI locked down like it is nuclear material. Well, here is the crazy, scary part. Because the gap isn't widening linear. No, at all, actually. It's widening compound. It's widening like compound interest, you guys. It is widening on a daily, weekly, minute-by-minute basis. Because once you know how to use these tools properly, the tools help you get even better at using the tools. That's not like how we learned things before. When you got better at using the hammer, there wasn't another hammer teaching you how to get better using the hammer. Very different space we are in right now. Because what we use feeds itself. It's like giving one group the bike, that one BMX bike we had. It's like giving one group a bike and giving the other group a rocket. And then saying, okay, same race, fair fight. No, it's not. And now I want to talk about a group that I think is getting smoked the hardest. And I'm talking to all of you right now. My men in their 40s and 50s. Guys, you got a lot of life ahead of you. You got many years ahead of you. Yeah, because a lot of us, and yeah, I said us, I'm one of us. We grew up in an era where competence was built slowly. I know it. I am you guys. I have been part of this conversation. We earned our stripes. We learned the software. Frankly, you learned the job. You became the guy who knew the thing that you were taught to do. And for decades, that absolutely worked. But I'm telling you right now, that doesn't work for the next decade. It doesn't. Nope, at all. Because AI doesn't care about how many decades that you have been confident. If you are unable to adapt with the new tools, your experience and relevance is irrelevant very quickly. Because the new world we are moving into and a part of right now rewards something very different. Speed of adaption. Comfort with experimentation. Willingness to look dumb for 30 minutes. I was telling my team yesterday, I was dumb for the entire day of Saturday as I was trying to learn something. I was dumb for about 16 hours on Saturday, frustrated as a mofo. And also the ability to learn in public like we do every single day. But then there's some guys that hear that and go, nah, I'm just too busy. Or I'm too old. I don't want to go learn that new tool. Wow, too busy doing what? Keeping up with the workflow that's about to become optional? Guys, the workflows that you have been using up until now, they don't work anymore. They do not work anymore. I'm telling you. Because a lot of men in their 40s and 50s are being left behind because they're not smart. They're being left behind because they're still trying to win a new game with old rules. Yes, those rules are expired, you guys. You're still playing the game of, well, be the expert. No, that game is gone. That game is done. There's no such thing as be the expert anymore. The new advantage? Be the experimenter. And listen, I can already and I will hear the feedback and the pushback throughout the day today. I know it. Billis, you were there before. You're hyping the internet. You're hyping the metaverse. You're hyping the NFTs. It's all your fucking hustle culture. This is you, this tech bro guy optimizing. That's all you do is optimize. Billis, it's not real. Yeah? Sure. Maybe some of that exists. Absolutely. But I'm telling you right now, there's a crowd right now that will turn every new thing into a religion. And I'm not suggesting I am a part of that. But here's the part that I can't ignore because I'm in it every single day. Even the best people I know, the real builders out there, the folks that I interact with on the interwebs, they're feeling pressure right now. Not because they're weak, because the ground is moving, and holy fuck is it moving fast. And it's like someone handed you a tool from outer space and said, good luck. No manual. Because, oh yeah, by the way, your competitors have already figured it out. Meanwhile, inside certain circles, people are running AI like a full-time teammate. How do I know? Because we are doing it ourselves. And outside of those circles, there's people still trying to get approval to use basic AI in their enterprise tools. People still basically trying to build an Excel spreadsheet. People still basically trying to do a PowerPoint due on Friday. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's folks still stuck in committee meetings debating whether AI is safe. Are you actually kidding me? So you get this, you see this surreal split reality. There are some people living in 2032, and yet there are others that are trapped in 2014 with a corporate firewall. And here's the thing: if you're watching this thinking, okay, but Billis, what do I do? You're telling me that all this shit's happening, but what do I do, Billis? You're making it all sound so complicated. No. Here's where you are misunderstanding me. It's actually not complicated at all. No. Stop obsessing over what you should be learning, and stop obsessing over everything that you see is coming out. You don't need to treat AI like some sport and track every model release like it's a playoff season. I'll do that. Yeah, I'm the nerd. I'll do that for you. But guys, you need to practice. You need a personal practice, because your company is not going to give you the time to do it. I'm telling you right now. And that company, that leader, that boss who's actively replacing you in your job with a 20-year-old who with a tool skill set, you're going to find yourself going, I don't got a fucking job. Now what do I do? And your life isn't going to slow down to create space for it either. So my invitation is this: you got to carve out something small and real and start learning. Need some help? Send me a text, 431-300-3005. True story. Send me a text. I'll teach you. 431-300-3005. Not theory, not this I watched a YouTube video about AI shit. No, guys. I mean real reps, and not just getting into Chat GPT and say, tell me this. No, it's not 2023 anymore. My invitation goes like this: once a day, you got to ask AI to help you do something you actually need done. Get it to do it for you. Maybe once a week, use AI to build something small, even if you're not a builder. The reality is we are all builders today. And maybe once a month, you push just outside of your comfort zone and attempt something that would have actually felt impossible last year. But here's the key: don't chase the gimmicks. Chase what works for you. Chase a utility. Find a solution where you can weave AI into your world and be good at it, and take it into your job. Take it into your part of your life. Because if you're spending 5 hours building a personal AI butler that reminds you to drink water and it doesn't change your life, that's not growth. You're just procrastinating with some future filter. What matters is the tools around you. Does it help you do your work faster? I got the answer for you. It does, but you have to learn it. Will it help you communicate better? It will, but you need to embrace it. Does it help you make better decisions? It does, because it gives you the knowledge. Does it help you become more valuable? Oh, fuck yeah, because you got the skills. Guys, I interact, I see, I engage. 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, walking up to the table with all the skill sets that you've had 25 years to accumulate, with their AI super agents, with their exoskeletons. Because the real threat, and we've heard this so often, the real threat isn't AI replacing you. No, the real threat is me. Me using all my tools, all my agents to replace you. What? Oh, I'm not an expert in accounting, but my agent is. I'll ask it the questions. It'll give me the responses. We'll get after it. So if you're sitting here thinking, well, I'm not technical. I'm not a coder. This AI stuff's not for me. I'm not one of those people. Well, then good. Because maybe you're listening. Because this moment is not about being technical at all. It's why I'm so fucking passionate about it. It's about being willing to learn, willing to not hit the snooze button, willing to play, willing to be a beginner again. Because it ain't going away. And guys, let me wrap up this monologue with this. If the skeptics out there are right and all this plateaus, cool. What's the worst case? You wasted some time learning a skill. Oh, Bill has told me to learn this and I didn't use it. Yeah? Well, my kid right now is learning how to color a fucking map. Think she's using that one? Probably not. So if the skeptics are wrong, well, what I've given you isn't wasted time. No, the cost is waking up one day and realizing that the world moved and you didn't. You want me to say that again? The cost to not doing this is waking up one day, waking up tomorrow, and realizing the world has moved forward. And, and it's moving faster today than you think it is. And here's the thing. I don't care how successful you were. Yeah, you heard me correctly. You were. And I don't care how much experience you've got. And I don't care how many meetings you've led. Because you know what? Neither does the AI. And when you realize that, I'm telling you right now, that moment is brutal. I've said it all along. Go look in your own mirror. So let's not let any of this happen. I'm telling you right now, guys, the gap is widening and it's happening faster than you think. And I'm telling you right now, my invitation goes like this. You do not want to be on the wrong side of that gap.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna say something that'll annoy your control freak side. You know, the part of you that thinks overthinking is responsible? If you need perfect clarity before you move, you're not being wise. You're delaying because of fear of uncertainty. In today's Community Corner, we've got 3 gut punches. One about surrendering to the unknown, one about using alignment as a crutch, and one about change that exposes whether you're a trustworthy leader. Let's get into it, handsome chief.
Up to Keith and Melissa's favorite segment. I'd say that tongue in cheek. I love the Community Corner. Here's the thing, guys. We want to make this segment better. We're working on making this segment better. Obviously, we believe in the community. We believe in bringing our content to the community. So we are going to actively make this segment better. I joke because Keith and Melissa have big visions for this segment, and we're getting to it. It's getting better, 100% every single day. I'll tell you guys that right now. Yeah, hey, good time looking at your comments there. My friend just finished building an AI agent for an insurance company, he says, and says it will get rid of all the underwriting paperwork. It's true. Yeah, and he says, I'll need my kid to get on a call. Hey, good time. I'm happy to, dude. Seriously, man. I'm more than happy. Send me a text. Let's grab some time. We'll do a virtual coffee, actually. Happy to do a virtual coffee with you and your kid, or just you and I, but just to teach you some shit that I know, right? And here's what I do know. It's not as overwhelming as we think, because here's the thing that many, I think, are confused about. Petra, I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you too, good time. Is that, the user interface with this is actually voice. It's actually your thoughts, your brain. And here's where I think people struggle the most with the intimidation. And I'm learning it very quickly. People struggle to clearly articulate what they want, what they need to do. Right. And I think what happens is that we go into this this pattern of, well, I've always built a PowerPoint the same way, so I'm going to sit down on my desk like I've done it for the last 25 years and build it a certain way. Because it's much harder to sit down with an agent or an AI and verbally articulate what you want it to create. What typically happens in my experience is, fuck it. It's taking too long for me to articulate. I'm just going to do it myself. That is the mistake. The interface of the future, you guys, the user interface of the future, and I'm not fucking postulating bullshit here. This is just fact. This is not even opinion. This is the truth. It's this. It's what I'm doing right now. So don't get caught up in interfaces like, oh yeah, I got to use the mouse. I got to click this. I wonder how that. No, trust me. The interface of the future is voice. The interface of the future is English language. The difference is how you use the English language to articulate the goals you want to achieve. Make me a PowerPoint. Great, I'll make you a PowerPoint. Shitty. Right? Make me a PowerPoint with all these words and objectives in it. And we are way past the days, guys, of being a prompt engineer. No, again, not 2023. Nope, not at all. So, yes, Petro, don't give away our key advantages. I'm telling you. You know what? I'm just so passionate about this because in my circles anyways, I know people look at me like I'm a fucking three-eyed monster. What are you talking about, Billis? All right. Hey guys, YouTube, the I don't know test that exposes your control addiction. Peter Crone over on YouTube says, can you sit with I don't know without scrambling to control the outcome? Actually, I have never felt more comfortable with I don't know. Yeah, it's about your addiction to control. He says, your brain wants a guaranteed outcome so you can feel safe. This is actually curious for our conversation with Petro here, actually, because Peter says that your brain wants a guaranteed outcome. So it spins and spins looking for the right move. I like that, actually. I know some people that are always looking for the answer, when in reality, maybe it's just, I don't know, the answer is okay. I like that a lot, actually. And when you do that, it's not actually saying it's weakness, it's being honest. So whether you're a leader or somebody who struggles with, the squirrels in your world, like I do often, it's being able to create that space for the next clear step, right? So nation, as you go through the day today, were you going to call it planning when in reality, it's actually a need for complete control before taking action? I think what I'm hearing from Peter's advice is that it's okay to not know and accept the not know. Yeah. I know Neiman. I'm looking at Neiman's comments here with me, and for those of you who don't know, it's Melissa Neiman out there in the back with. So Neiman's with me for a couple of years since I started this whole journey, man. You know when you find people that you just keep close because they're the key to your future? Well, I got a few of them. One of them is Melissa Neiman, and she says, I watched a video recently that talked about how the low percentage of people who actually use tools. I'm with you, Neiman, and that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I believe we are going to be reading stuff in the future where people are like, oh, kind of got left behind. I'm like, I know, I'm telling you. And I believe that people are intimidated because it's this I don't know, and it's like it gets. Here's the other thing I think we get intimidated by: a blank box. Oh, well, what do I say to it? Well, talk to it like you're talking to me. Talk to it like you're talking to your lawyer. Talk to it like you're talking to Petro. Talk to, just talk, communicate. We've been so conditioned to use our fingers with mouses and keyboards that we've perhaps forgotten how to use our words to bring us together. Hey, let's move over to Substack, guys. Are you leading or are you hiding behind alignment? Well, this one steps on toes. Joel Block over on Substack argues that alignment is often a polite way to delay the one move that would actually prove you're the leader. Hey, I'm just going to pause for, hey, Cheryl Whitaker, you out there? Hey, Whitaker, if you're out there, why don't you come jump into the green room, jump into the show for 2 minutes so we can tease your show tomorrow. Cheryl Whitaker show, 8:30 Eastern time tomorrow. It starts with Joy. Whitaker, if you're out there listening, why don't you come jump into the green room? Love to have you on the show for a quick couple minutes to wrap up. But guys, Block says that competitors, customers, even your own team argues that alignment is often a polite way to delay the one move. It's funny because I use alignment with my team often. When I use align with my team, to me, it means that we are aligned, right? That we're going in the same direction. Well, Block says focus narrows, messaging sharpens, product choices get clear, and no becomes easier than maybe. So maybe this is the question for your team today. maybe alignment is the cost being protected by consensus, because we know sometimes teams don't always like to, well, I thought I was stuck on the camera there. Sometimes teams don't want to, sometimes somebody on the team doesn't want to be the person going in a different direction. So consensus naturally happens. All right, closing up on LinkedIn. Oh, Neiman found something on LinkedIn that wasn't slop. Most change fails in the middle. Yep, not at kickoff. Arlene Torgeson says people don't resist change. They resist feeling unsupported while it's happening. Perhaps you can even take that back to the conversation we have with Briana Bass today, right? As we go through changes in life with our partners, maybe it's that feeling of being unsupported. I don't know. So Torgeson says her invitation is to communicate early and often, even when you don't have perfect answers. Tell the truth about what's known and invite questions like John Anderson always does. Repeating the why, being consistent so people are not guessing. Hey, could you guys give Trump that last one? Be consistent so people are not guessing. And hey, that change moves at the speed of trust, and trust drops fast when leaders go silent. Leadership lessons with Keith Billis and Donald Trump on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. All kidding aside. All right, Maya, let's get out of here. We're wrapping up today's big show of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends.
When you can't sit with I don't know, you reach for control. When control gets uncomfortable, you call for alignment. And when change gets messy, the temptation is to go quiet.
But trust doesn't grow in the perfect plan. It grows in clear, steady communication.
So maybe the real question today is this: what is your next great idea? Where do you need less certainty and a little more courage to stay present? Think about that, fellas. See you next time.
It's our very own Maya Reyes. She's the host of our Community Corner. One of the key members here in the lab. We got Maya, we got Sophia, we got Frankie, we got Tommy, we got Sterling, we got Preston, we got Jimmy, we got Kai, we got Melissa, we got Mark, we got Mildred, we got the handsome chief. Hey nation, today we poked the bear. Get back in the cave, get back in the cave. We poked the bear about something a lot of men are living with, the chore play myth. Yes, if I do more chores, I can have more sex. Don't work that way. Briana Bass was in the lab when we talked about why doing more around the house doesn't revive desire or translate into sex. We got into the whole idea of the roommate situation, how we wake up after 20, 30 years and wait a minute, we're roommates. And we got into the why respect and attraction are not interchangeable, and how a lot of men slowly end up roommate syndrome while telling themselves they're being good partners. So if you take one thing from today, I hope it's this. Effort without intention and awareness is useless. And actually, Neiman, I would say this is the same thing with the world of AI that I got into in the morning focus here. Effort without intention and awareness is useless. So whether it's sitting down with your wife without intention or sitting down with your AI today without intention or any awareness, you're just being frankly useless. Today, center stage, Alan Baker. The dude has been in the personal protection industry for decades. We dug into discipline, restraint, and a humble man, and why real control shows up when ego wants to take over and you choose not to. Recap on the trending topic and current conversations. We got into Chuck Negron. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Died last night, 83 years old or whatever it was. And must confirm SpaceX AI merger. Did you know AI might be quoting Grokpedia? There's more Grokpedia out there than you think. And hey, guys, coming up tomorrow. Yep, Anthony Porquez, why burnout is not a time management problem. What actually worked. If you're productive, driven, and still exhausted, this conversation tomorrow with Anthony will reframe burnout as energy and alignment issue, not a scheduling failure. We're going to give you a way forward, some tips along the way with the show tomorrow. And tomorrow's topic of the day is another touchy one. The brutal truth that your dad bod is shortening your kid's time with you. Yeah, guys, I don't care about your six pack. That dad bod you carry on, that big ass, that fat gut, that inflamed body you have, just calling it frank. It is shortening your kid's time with you. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? All right, guys, let's get after this day today, because you know what? We're back here in less than 24 hours. Where are we? Right here, live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. We call it Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.